Welcome in, everybody, to tonight's broadcast of Roseburg High School football as we welcome you into the postseason. It's an OSAA On-Point Community Credit Union first-round matchup between your Roseburg Indians and the Tigard Tigers. We welcome you in tonight to Finlay Field on the campus of Roseburg High School. A slight drizzle coming down as we get ready for tonight's contest to get underway. First time for Roseburg that they have been in the state playoffs since 2014, and the first time they've hosted a playoff game since 2011. On the other side, it's a program very familiar with postseason football. The Tigard Tigers coming in for their 24th consecutive season in the postseason. After a year off last year with no state championship events happening at the OSAA level, it's great to be back with high school playoff football. Welcome you in here on tonight's broadcast of Roseburg High football here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. I'm Joey Kieran, happy to be with you here this evening. It is our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. Coming up here on the pregame show, we'll get a chance to catch up with head coach Dave Heiberger. A little pregame interview coming up for us here in just a couple of minutes. Want to let you know, if you are new to the broadcast, tonight's game is streaming live online at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel. That's 1490 The Score on YouTube. You can find the broadcast there and watch tonight's action. We're doing it completely free thanks to sponsorship from Champion Car Wash in Roseburg. We'll have plenty more coming up here throughout tonight's pregame show, so stick around. After a quick 2-minute break, we will have a word with head coach Dave Heiberger. It's Roseburg football. I'm Joey Kieran. Joining me tonight, Clayton Brelich, and we've got plenty more coming up for you here this evening as we bring you Roseburg playoff football from Finlay Field on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Buy One, Get One is back at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube. Purchase the Signature Service oil change at Roseburg Jiffy Lube and be treated to a second one absolutely free. The Trick or Treat BOGO deal, Buy One, Get One in October from the Roseburg Jiffy Lube. Are your wipers bouncing, streaking, or smearing now that the rain is here? Well, come to the Roseburg Jiffy Lube for a free windshield Rain-X treatment with the purchase of new wipers. Stay safe on the road with the team at Roseburg Jiffy Lube on Garden Valley next to Champion Car Wash.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Back here with more of our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. That's Roseburg Disposal. Give them a call at 673-7122. Get a chance to catch up with head coach Dave Heiberger here as we get ready for tonight's matchup against Tigard. Coach, playoffs, man, here it has been one heck of a ride. As you look back on the regular season, you guys finish out with a great season. To be at this point, you know, I asked you earlier in the week, but what's it mean to the program to be where you guys are and the system you're trying to build here for Roseburg, to be able to give an opportunity to these young men to go out there and have some fun and do something that's important to not only the team but to the entire community?
Yeah, it shows we're doing the little things right, whether it's in the, obviously classroom stuff, out at practice, how they're behaving in the community. It's not just turn it on and be, good at football. I think these group of young men are going to be very successful in their life no matter what, based off of they do the little things well and they take care of each other and they care about people.
Which leads to the comment you had to me earlier this week that they're a good group of guys to be around. And not only do you want to win because that's what you're out here to try and do, but you also want the luxury of being able to spend a little bit more time with these guys. Obviously not ready to say goodbye to them just yet.
Yeah, a good group of guys that get along well. Like I said, in the locker room, I don't think I've had to tell one kid since week one to, make sure they're on time or late. They're here too early at times. And so they're enjoying it, and we're enjoying being a part of their process.
And that's, I know that you're in now 6 years here, and this seems like this has been the tone that you've been consistently trying to build here. This group of seniors that you've got, they've obviously helped you get to this point this year, and hopefully they're setting a nice foundation for what's to come for Roseburg football.
Absolutely. There's some juniors in there, and some sophomores and freshmen that we're excited about as well. These seniors are just the ones that stood by and bought into what we were trying to get to, and they stuck it out, and they get to see the rewards by playing in a first-round home playoff game tonight here at Finley Field.
Yeah, not everybody gets that opportunity here to be at home on the first night of the high school state playoffs. As you guys, obviously it's a big moment for the program and one that Roseburg hasn't seen in a while. It's obvious that, there's going to be a lot of excitement, but to try and help you guys stay focused, what's the message as you guys meet in the locker room before you come out, as you get ready to kick it off on the sideline? What's the message to try and keep these guys kind of level-headed and stay focused on the task at hand?
Playoff football, hay's in the barn. You get a couple practices to prepare for an opponent you hadn't seen, and for these guys, it's what got them here. Keep doing that, and we'll find out if that's good enough tonight or not. But they don't need to do anything different than they've done all year. Make sure their first step is in the right direction. Make sure they know who they're blocking and go play football. Tonight's
opponent is Tigard. What's the quick scouting report? What do you feel like you guys have to do to try and get a win here tonight?
Oh, I assume they're going to try and hog the ball a little bit and maybe try and keep our offense off the field. And so it'll be interesting to see how that dynamic plays out with them being double tight, heavy run, and keep an eye on that. Obviously, they got some bodies warming up over there, but we got some guys as well. So hopefully it's a great night of football here in Roseburg.
All right, Coach. Congratulations to you and the entire team on making it here to the first round of the state playoffs. Thanks for the time.
Appreciate it.
That is head coach Dave Heiberger as the Roseburg Indians get ready to take the field here tonight as they get ready to take the field against the Tigard Tigers. The sign is out, and here come your Indians. It's just about game time here tonight, and we thank you for tuning in. We'll take a quick 2-minute break and be back with more of the Roseburg Disposal pregame show on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza. Made with only the freshest and finest ingredients. Dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
As a doctor, I kept myself safe from COVID by following all the proper protocols. Then I visited my family, and we all got COVID. I debated getting the vaccine since I gained the COVID antibodies. I changed my mind because I learned the antibodies may not offer full protection. But getting the vaccine after COVID can help prevent you from getting sick again. It also lowers your risk of getting someone else sick. So whether you've already had COVID or you're still unvaccinated, please get the vaccine.
Roseburg, the home team in their first playoff game since 2014. They'll wear the black jerseys, black pants, the numbers on the back in orange outlined in white, the black helmets with the orange feather on the sides. On the other side, it's the road whites with numbers in green on the front and the back for the Tigard Tigers with their black helmets as they get ready. They are doing the coin toss out at midfield here right now as we start wrapping up our Roseburg Disposal pregame show, and we're probably going to keep things here all the way towards kickoff. So, well, we're just about to get things ready to go. It kind of looked there. Clayton Brelich joining me here in the pregame show. It kind of looked like Tigard might have won the toss there as it looked like they were making all the decisions. Roseburg's going to receive the football to start out this football game just moments away for us here, and we thank everybody for tuning in and watching online at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel. It's presented by Champion Car Wash. Well, Clayton, we've seen a lot of Roseburg football this year. We don't know anything about Tigard. Well, we know some things about Tigard, but it'll be our first chance to see them as we get ready to go tonight. But for Roseburg, what do you feel like is going to be a critical moment or a critical thing for them to try and do here in tonight's broadcast?
I think it's very vital for them to get their run game going. Tigard has big defensive linemen, and it's been Roseburg's identity all year. So I think that's something they definitely have to get going started early.
It's a little bit of a drizzle here as we just get about ready to kick off in Roseburg at Finlay Field tonight. A cool one as well. It feels like late fall, and it feels like playoff weather. 52 degrees here at kickoff with a light drizzle going on as we're high atop the home grandstands at Finlay Field. The clock is down to zeros. It's just about time to kick it off. Tigard will be kicking right to left on your radio dial. Roseburg in black will be returning left to right. Deep to return, you'll have Logan Kloffenstein and Landon Duper. The pair have been great on the return. Kloffenstein with 3 special teams touchdowns, averaging 41.5 yards on his returns. Landon Duper 21 yards as we get ready to go. The kickoff coming off the foot of Henry Masters for Tigard. The whistle has blown, and it's just about time to go. The kickoff is away, and we've got playoff football. It's going to one hop to Kloffenstein, juggles it around a little bit right at the goal line. He did step in, but he'll take it upfield, and he will not get too far. He juggled that ball and ended up getting forced to take it out of the end zone, and we may wait and see. He did touch it before in the field of play, so taking it back into the end zone, I don't think we'll go for a touchback as our officiating crew here tonight actually will set it up as a touchback. I guess that is going to be the rule. I can never keep it straight between college and NFL and high school on exactly how they play that out, whether or not if it goes into the end zone. I believe in high school, apparently, if it goes in at all, it's a touchback. So they get the ball out to their own 20. Here comes the offense for Roseburg, led by senior Colton Marsters. 6 foot, 158 pounds. He's thrown for 1,025 yards, 11 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. He's run for 1,204 yards, 17 touchdowns on the ground, and he'll lead the offense out to start out tonight's ball game. Marsters in shotgun, trying to get that defense to jump. They will stay on side as they set up with a 5-man front. The linebackers are out there on the ends. Trips to the right side for Marsters, looking to throw on the first play. Going to go downfield to Duper. Had him there, the defender right in his face, and no flag out. The ball not quite thrown deep enough downfield to Landon Duper. And Roseburg sideline kind of calling for a flag there. We saw a flag thrown on Carson Dunn, I remember, against that Sheldon game for a very similar play, but no call on the first play from the line of scrimmage, and Roseburg will have 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, they might just be letting them play tonight. A little different atmosphere, playoff football. We'll see.
Incomplete. Stops the clock with 11:47 to go. 2nd down and 10. Twins to either side. To the right, Kloffenstein and Horton. And they'll move to Tone in motion. High snap, handed off. Up the middle goes Caden Eckel, who will run Out to about the 25, just cut down short at the 24-yard line. A run on the play by the sophomore. Caden Eckel will pick up 4 yards. A little maybe excitement, jitters out there for Roseburg. Their front line, Hayden Snyder, Kyler Mills, James Coleman, Daniel Thomas, Tiger Black, Silas Kincaid, I think has been moved more into the starting rotation on that line. That is blocking the way for Roseburg, and they've done a great job with 2 guys. Now with that 4-yard run, Caden Eckel over 1,000 yards on the season, and that is 2 1,000-yard rushers behind that offensive line. 3rd down and long for Roseburg. 3rd and 6, passing downfield, has Tatone open. A catch, stays in bound, and he's into Tigard territory at the 30. They're going to try and get him from behind, and Dominic Tatone with a big catch, his longest of the season, will take it into the red zone on the other half of the field against this Tigard defense, which has given up this season 31.6 points per game, and they have allowed 340 yards of offense, and a big one there for Roseburg.
That's a great start. We're already seeing a lot more passing than we usually do, so it's going to be an exciting game tonight.
They take it to the 16, the other half of the field. That's a 60-yard completion to Dominic Tatone, his longest of the year, and they will set up with Dawson Gillespie, Kloffenstein, and Horton to the right in trips. Eckel to the right of Marsters in shotgun. It's a keeper for Marsters. Goes inside, now bounces it out to the edge. The defense tracking him pretty closely. And the speedy, slippery quarterback can't quite get away from the defense this time. Up along that front line for the Tigers defense, Elijah Jackman, Reese Hare, Manny Wilder, Leif Beers, and the linebackers, Vaughn Croxton, Tommy Martin, Austin Getz, and in the secondary, Kellen Jolly, Brady Jordan, Connor Grant, and Ethan Cate. And there they do a pretty good job, Clayton, of finding a way to keep Colton Marsters in control.
Yes, they do. I think that's going to be a key for them tonight.
2nd down and 10. It's a handoff to Eckel running right side, and he doesn't have much room to go. It'll be 3rd down and long once again for Roseburg. After Marsters picked up nothing on 1st down, Eckel with the carry goes to the 13-yard line. He picks up 3, and Roseburg will have 3rd down and 7.
It's looking like a bend-don't-break defense right now.
Roseburg in the red zone. Might be in 4-down territory here. First drive of the ball game. It's 9:50 to go here in the first quarter. No fake the handoff, going on a quick pass. It's tipped up in the air and will fall incomplete as the raindrops come down. A little more steady here as we've gotten underway. The pass deflected by the defensive line. Got their hands in the passing lane. You were a former defensive lineman. They teach you got to try and get in the way of that passing lane.
Yeah, they tell you if you're not going to get to the quarterback, make sure you get your hands up and do everything you can to knock that ball down.
It's 4th down now, 9:47 to go first quarter, and Roseburg's going to set up for a field goal on the season. Jackson Bartlett, the right-footed senior kicker, is 1 for 2. He will kick one here from 30 yards out. That matches a season long. The holder is Dominic Tatone. The snap, placement down, the kick. No, they go with a fake to Logan Kloffenstein. Touchdown, Roseburg! And the Indians with the fake on the pitch by Dominic Tatone. They catch him off guard, and it's 6 for the Roseburg Indians.
What a call.
Gutsy play call there. Roseburg will get into the end zone for the first time tonight. 6-0 your score. Now Jackson Bartlett with the kick. What a play.
It's playoff time. Got to blow out all the stops.
I guess I'm thinking since it's a forward pitch by Tatone, that is a touchdown pass for Dominic Tatone to Logan Kloffenstein. And they do it from 13 yards out. Now the PAT, line drive kick just over the crossbar, good for a 7-0 lead for Roseburg. Back with 9:41 to go after this 30-second break on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Amelia Snow. I work in the intensive care unit at Mercy Medical Center in Roseburg. I have seen the terrible damage COVID has done to my patients and their families. Without a vaccine, people of all ages can get very sick, even if they were perfectly healthy before they had COVID. The COVID vaccine is safe and effective and will reduce your risk of getting so sick you wind up at Mercy Medical. Get vaccinated, and I won't have to see you in the ICU.
Okay, no worries. trick play capping off a 7-play drive where Roseburg goes 80 yards, a touchdown pitch from Dominic Tatone to Logan Klopfenstein from 13 yards out. The kick by Jackson Bartlett makes it 7-0. Tigard getting the football for the first time from the 9-yard line. The return man will bring it up with the football is Connor Grant, and Grant will take it out across the 20-yard line. I believe Griffin Zimet, one of the seniors on this Roseburg team, there to help make the stop at the 22. So Tigard with the football, trailing now by 7 after the opening drive for Roseburg goes to the house. Leading things out for the Tigers is Cameron Masters Doble, the junior, 6'3", 200 pounds. He has thrown for 1,032 yards and 7 touchdowns this season, 15 interceptions. He is not much of a runner, and they will go with a heavy set here in the opening drive. 2 tight ends with an H-back. They'll move him in motion, turn, hand the ball off, running left side, weaving through the defense. The runner for Tigard coming up running the football, it's Connor Grant as he gets the first down call out to the 26-yard line, picking up 4. A heavy set here. Roseburg doesn't see a lot of this in the Southwest Conference, Clayton, and so it's going to be a new look, and we heard Coach say he thought that they may look to try and slow things down with their offense.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a challenge early in the game to see what's going on. It's the first time I've ever seen it, I think, this year, really.
They'll set up with a 4-man front for Roseburg, move a man in motion again. Turn, hand it off, running right side. Grant nowhere to go in there. Tiger Black, as the rest of the defense, Tiger had a match there, but he helped really plug that hole, and that allowed everybody else to get in there and make the stop on Connor Grant. We'll take a look at the offensive line here. Reese Hare, Leif Beers, Manny Wilder, Matthew Studer, and Zach Uzon. The offensive line trying to block the way. That last run, no gain for Grant. Connor Grant, the junior running back, has 802 yards, 10 touchdowns, averaging 89 yards a game this season for the Tigers. You'll also look for Vaughn Croxton, the fullback. Luke Davis will get some carries. A.J. Perez, a wide receiver. Brady Jordan, and tight end Elijah Jackman. They'll set up in shotgun here. Tight end to the left and to the right. They'll hand it off, trying to go on the end-around sweep. Roseburg closing. Carson Dunn coming in, blowing up the blocker, and nowhere to go for the ball carrier. That was Brady Jordan. And Jordan, unable to get much more. He just gets right back to the line of scrimmage, nowhere to go. And Roseburg's defense will possibly force a 3-and-out. We'll see deep in their own end zone. I don't think we're going to see the trick play like what we saw out of Roseburg on their last drive.
No, I don't think so. And that was a great play by Carson Dunn. His closing speed, it came right in and blew everything up.
So the punt is away, and it's Masters Doble that does the kicking on the punt. And that will get the ball back into the hands of Roseburg's offense. And so if Tigard, led by third-year head coach John Kemper, trying to slow things down and keep the ball out of Roseburg's offense, the first drive didn't work out. And that's where Roseburg's defense, which has been very good this year, for 6 turnovers, allows only 244 yards a game. That's what's going to be big, is to get the ball back into the hands of Roseburg's offense.
Yeah, like we saw already today, we're passing a lot more. I think we're trying to explode and get them open up in the middle for a run game.
Roseburg will have it. The punt, not a great one, out to the 47, Roseburg's half of the field. The offense back out. And in shotgun will be Colton Marsters. He moves to Tone in motion, handed off to the senior, running on the end around with blockers in front of him. Eckel doing a nice job helping stretch that play. Not a huge gainer, but it's a nice pickup on first down as they get it across to the 49 on Tigard's half of the field. They'll pick up 4 yards, and not a bad way to start it out on first down for Dominic Tatone. It's a pickup of 4. Last week, Roseburg using a lot of runners in a blowout win over Springfield, 63-0. Dominic Tatone came in and was the backup quarterback and had some action last week. They'll move a man in motion again, fake the handoff, give it up the middle, and just blasted the linebacker coming up and leveling Caden Eckel. It's Tommy Martin, the senior. He's got a sack and 5 tackles for losses this year, and he came up with a hit.
Man, he took his head and drilled it right into his chest.
No gain on the play for Eckel. the sophomore running back this season with 7 yards. He's now at 1,006 on the season. He has been a nice development this year for Roseburg, but held in check so far. Quick pitch out to Tatone, looking to convert on third down again like he did last time. Penalty flag is out. Tatone, he just sidestepping defenders, casually making his way downfield, it seemed like, but unfortunately, it looks like a penalty out on the edge as Roseburg was trying to block for him there, and it's going to come back with the hold.
All year, Roseburg's wide receivers have done a great job of blocking outside on the perimeter. I think we should do that a lot, or Roseburg should do that a lot more tonight.
I believe Logan Kloffenstein out there. He had a defender he just could not quite stay in front of, and so gets called for the hold. And that is going to bring that play, which would have been good for the first down. It's going to bring things back. So it'll make it now third down and even longer. Set up at the 43-yard line with the penalty. Marshers in shotgun, trips to the left side. Fake the handoff, looking left. Now sidestepping out of the pocket, will throw downfield. Had Duper there. It was close to the line to gain. It'll depend on the spot, and I think he's going to, on the near side, they have him right near the sticks. On the far side, they were a little bit short, but I think they're moving him, and they will. It's a first down pitch and catch. Marster's doing a nice job escaping and finding a target downfield.
Man, pretty good spot there for Roseburg.
It does. They did get a generous spot. It was a quick bang-bang catch and hit. They'll put it at the 43, the other half of the 50. That's a 14-yard pickup. Marsters 2 for 4 through the air so far. First connection with Landon Duper, the leading receiver for the Indians. First down and 10 from the Tigard 43. Kloffenstein, Horton to the right. Tatone and Duper to the left. They go with the pistol formation, now offset to the right for Eckel, behind Marsters. Fake the handoff, looking left, going to go down the middle, and incomplete, intended for Logan Kloffenstein. That ball just not quite on the mark, and a defender right on him.
I think Roseburg's trying to pass a lot more in the beginning to open up this 5-man front. I think they're trying to get him back to a 3-man front, and so they can run the ball more.
It's the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union State Championships first-round matchup between Roseburg and Tigard, and we thank you so much for tuning in and joining us here. Tonight's game online, 541radio.com, and on our YouTube channel, streaming thanks to sponsorship from Champion Car Wash in Roseburg. Second down and 10 from the 43. Eckel will move out of the backfield to the right of the line of scrimmage, and he'll be a blocker for Marsters, waiting for something to open up, and it does not. A new play there. I haven't seen one quite like that, motioning Eckel out of the backfield to help block, and it didn't quite form the way they wanted it to as the ball back to the 45.
Sometimes head coaches going to playoffs will make new plays, so just to bring something a little spicy coming into playoff time.
Trying to give a team a new look after a season where there's a lot of tape on you. They try to give them something new there, and it didn't quite work out. Back to the 45. That's a loss of 2 for Marsters. And it's now third down and 12. Fake the handoff, looking to pass, trying to set up the screen. That ball tipped, still caught by Eckel. He's got enough room, now got caught right at the first down marker. He'll stretch it. I don't know if he's gonna come a half a yard shy of the first down marker. What a catch out of the backfield, and that effort at the end to really try and get to that first down marker.
Not often do you see a running back out in field like that making catches.
It's going to be fourth down, and Roseburg quickly lining up the ball at the 34. They'll give it to Eckel, and he will move the pile enough to get the first down, I do believe. It was an 11-yard pass. And Roseburg gets the first down on the fourth down carry. They put it down to the 32-yard line. A pickup of 2 by Eckel to move the chains. And for Caden Eckel, boy, he has not had many catches this season. Just his 6th reception of the year, but a big one. Roseburg keeps the drive going as we're down to 4:15 to go in the first quarter. Still 7-0 lead for the Indians here at home in this playoff game. The pass slant to Duper, slips out of a tackle, slips out of another. He's at the 10 and nearly ripped out from behind. A penalty flag out. That looked awkward. You think a face mask, Clayton?
I think a horse collar tackle. It looked like he grabbed him right by the back of his jersey.
The play goes down to the 10-yard line, which moves the chains. That's a pickup of 22. Duper a little slow to get up. They'll spot the football at the 11. At least that's where it's sitting, where the penalty flag is at.
What an effort. It seems like Roseburg's coming out with a lot of intensity tonight.
Well, it's playoff time. You got to make sure you get it, as the officials will confer. As the title sponsor of the OSAA State Championships, On Point does everything it can to help our team and community get ahead. On Point delivers the local banking and lending its members need to reach their goals and make more money, or make more possible. Visit On Point at onpointcu.com. On Point is federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity. So what was the call?
It was a horse collar tackle.
So that'll move them from the 10. And then the penalty takes it down to the 5-yard line. First penalty of the night for Tigard. It's 1st and goal from the 5 for Roseburg after the 22-yard completion to Duper. We'll set up with Marsters in shotgun. Eckel to the left. High snap. Pulls it down. Eckel up the middle. Sprints through. But he gets hit. This linebacker crew has been good. The defensive line quick to close that gap. Eckel hasn't had a lot of space to move up there, but he does pick up 2 yards down to the 3.
I think with that 5-man front, it's going to be really, really tough to run it. So I think with us with Roseburg passing, it's going to help us out a lot.
Already over 100 yards passing tonight for Colton Marsters. He is 4 for 7 through the air. It's 2nd down and goal from the 3. Fake the handoff. Going to go on the pass. Wide open in the end zone. It's Logan Kloffenstein. And his 2nd reception of the night for the senior. And Roseburg's going to add another 6 to the scoreboard. Wide open on that one there, Clayton. And like you've been saying, I think they've been jamming the box so much, they're just looking to try and find those open spots in the passing lanes.
Yeah, and you couldn't ask for a better start, going up 13-0 right now.
This time it's Marsters finding Kloffenstein after the fake field goal the last time. This one comes from 3 yards out. And the kick coming from Jackson Bartlett. Snap good, placement down. The kick is good. And it's now 14-0. Roseburg in front of Tigard in the first quarter of tonight's ballgame. 3:15 to go. Let's take a 30-second break. Be back with more of the action on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Well, that's a 10-play drive for Roseburg. Covers 53 yards, a couple of penalties, one on each side in that drive, but it caps off with a 3-yard touchdown run by a 3-yard touchdown pass by Marsters to Kloffenstein. The kick by Bartlett makes it 14-0 with 3:15 to go here from this OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 6A State Championship event. As we wait for the kickoff here to come, tonight's game has been sponsored locally by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County, and by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. Little short pooch kick, as we've seen Roseburg do. It'll be taken at the 35 by one of the upmen. That is Brady Jordan. And he just goes right out of bounds as he catches the football there at the 35. Tigard with it there. Second time we'll see the Tigers out here, and if they were hoping to slow things down and eat up the clock, their 3-and-out last time didn't help, and then that long drive by Roseburg ate up 4 minutes and 40 seconds off the clock here in the first quarter. So Roseburg taking it to Tigard and doing what they appeared to want to do.
Yeah, exactly. It's just been the exact opposite what Tigard would like to do. So I think expect them. They're coming out in the I form, so they're going to run heavy.
They will bring out that heavy package again here. We'll run through Roseburg's defense here on their second time on the field as they go with a 5-man front. Turn, hand it off, trying to weave through traffic. Luke Davis, his first carry of the night, goes nowhere. Trapped right at the line of scrimmage by Roseburg's front line. And it'll be no gain on the first down play for Luke Davis. For Roseburg front line, Silas Kincaid, Hayden Snyder, Tiger Black, James Coleman. Up at the linebacker crew, you got Dawson Gillespie, Braden Steinacre, Logan Kloffenstein. In the secondary, Landon Duper, Carson Dunn, Colton Marsters, and Eli Jacobs. It looks like Marsters not out there, as I think they go to a extra lineman. Kincaid, Snyder, Black, And Mills out there as well. As a pass out to the far side is caught. That could be good for the first down. Yeah, you've got Mills, Coleman, Black, Snyder, and Kincaid up on that front line. So Marsters, for Roseburg not on the field in the secondary as a safety. The pass goes to the 45-yard line, and the first down for Tigard here tonight. It's a 10-yard pass for Masters-Doble. We've got Cameron Masters-Doble and Colton Marsters, our two quarterbacks here tonight. First down and 10. Turn, they'll hand it off. And running left side, they will pick up some decent yardage on the first down play. And it'll be second down and 6. A carry there by Davis out to the Tigard 48-yard line, picking up 3. So the longest drive of the night for the Tigers so far. Running left side, Davis sidesteps a man in the backfield, got to the 50 and gets punished as he gets taken down. He goes down to the other side of the 50. No, right on top of the midfield stripe is where they'll put Luke Davis after a 2-yard carry, and it's third down and 5 for the Tigers.
Looks like Tiger wants to stay in this I form, so if Roseburg's defense can shut it down and make them go to the pass, I think they'll have a lot better chance of winning this game.
Learned a new term this year in football, 12 formation, 2 tight ends and 1 back, but they're going with a jumbo set here with a fullback. They've got that I formation you're talking about, a fullback out there. That's Vaughn Croxton looking to pass again on the out route. Once again, it was it was AJ Perez. He had the last catch for a first down. This one just outside of his reach for a incomplete pass. 1 of 2 now through the air for Masters-Doble, and it's fourth down and 5. Decision time here at midfield.
Yeah. Tigard want to keep the ball out of the Roseburg's offense, so they're definitely going to go for it, I think.
So it does look like the offense stays on the field now. The punter, Cameron Masters-Doble, also the quarterback, but he's going up under center. So Roseburg, and that's exactly what you couldn't do. Tiger Black, the junior, jumping right over the center. I was just about to say, Clayton, you got to be looking for the hard count.
Yep, anything under 5 yards, they tell us in practice, do not jump off sides.
And that should be good for the first down as they move it to the Roseburg 45-yard line. And so the penalty by the Indians, their second of the night, will move things forward for the Tigers. They'll have a first down into Roseburg territory for the first time tonight. For our Umpqua Basin football fans, checking in on our quick scoreboard at the end of the first quarter, Oakland and Bandon scoreless in their 2A playoff game. Looking to pass, pump fake, now throwing, one-on-one coverage. Eli Jacobs out there, had an arm on. Oh, penalty flags come out at the end, running step for step with A.J. Perez. And
I did not see a pass.
That ball was out of bounds over the head of the receiver, and they just were a little hand checking out there.
I think you let them play. That's what wide receivers in the corner do. They just hand fight the whole time.
The officials are talking about what comes up, but it looks like this penalty will stand against Roseburg. Pass interference on the defense. So that'll be a 15-yard penalty. Back-to-back penalties on Roseburg. And that'll be 20 yards total on the 2 penalties. The ball gets down to the 30-yard line on that penalty. Yeah, tough one there for Roseburg. Here comes the Tigard offense. They'll spread it out a little bit more. No tight end on the formation. The quarterback, Masters-Doble, will move Davis to his left. Trips to the right side. Bad snap, but going to try and take it off and run. Sidestep a man, got to the edge, and now a juke to get inside the 20. Negative 92 yards and no rushing touchdowns this season for Cameron Masters-Doble, but apparently don't let that fool you. Shows off a little bit of legs there, and he runs for a first down into the red zone. They take it to the 18.
If you're Roseburg defense right now, you have to take a deep breath. You feel the momentum start to shift. You got to relax and understand you're still up 14-0. You'll be all right.
Clock down to 1:01 to go in the first quarter. Ball out of bounds, so they stop the clock. First down and 10. Set up. Move 2 men in motion to the right side of the formation, and a penalty flag is out. And this, I feel like, might go against the offense. False start is going to be the call against the Tigers. They had moving in motion, Elijah Jackman, the tight end, going from the left to the right as well with a back in the backfield to the offset of the right side of the line. Penalty moves them back 5 yards to the 23. So back outside the red zone now for the Tigers with the penalty.
And last week, A.J. Perez had 5 catches for 44 yards. He's already got 3 targets tonight, so it could look like a heavy dose for him tonight.
He might be a guy to look for. He's just got 1 touchdown this season. Not a lot of passing touchdowns, 7 total for Masters Doble this year. He sets up in shotgun with Davis to his left. They're going to just run it with the quarterback again, and again getting to the edge. Penalty flag out as Masters Doble. He's got Griffin Zimet and Braden Steinacre who double team him to take him out of bounds right around the line of scrimmage, but this could be in the area of holding. And that is the call. It will bring this one back, and they'll get to do what was first down and 15. It's now going to be first down and 25. The senior Griffin Zimet, good to see him getting some more play. He's been great on special teams all season. Last week we saw him against Springfield a lot with that blowout win, and he's getting more playoff time here, or playing time here in the playoffs.
Yeah, every time on special teams, I see him flying around everywhere, almost making every single tackle. So it's great to see your effort from special teams. Now you get to get put on in defense.
Back to the 35 is where they'll spot the ball, so it actually goes from the spot of the foul. At the 35, they've got to get it to the 8-yard line. That is 27 yards to go. Handed off to Davis, trying to just catch the defense, looking for a pass, and Davis into the 33, and not much there for him as the clock down to 30 seconds to go in the first quarter.
You almost wonder if they're keeping Colt Mercers out just in case. It is a big playoff game. You want to keep him healthy, and I think that's probably part of the change.
I do think so as well. Mercers at safety has a couple of interceptions, including a big one against Sheldon, but they probably want to protect his health more than anything, hopefully for a long playoff run. 8 seconds to go as we'll count down. They think the first quarter is about to come to an end. Our score right now is 14-0, and the first quarter comes to an end. At the end of one, Roseburg up 2 scores on the visiting Tigard Tigers. Let's take a 60-second break. This is the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 6A State Championship events. First round matchup between Roseburg and Tigard. 1 quarter in the books here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Buy One, Get One is back at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube. Purchase the Signature Service oil change at Roseburg Jiffy Lube and be treated to a second one absolutely free. The Trick or Treat BOGO deal, Buy One, Get One in October from the Roseburg Jiffy Lube. Are your wipers bouncing, streaking, or smearing now that the rain is here? Well, come to the Roseburg Jiffy Lube for a free windshield Rain-X treatment with the purchase of new wipers. Stay safe on the road with the team at Roseburg Jiffy Lube on Garden Valley next to Champion Car Wash.
Second down and 25 to start the second quarter as we welcome you back here. Tonight's Roseburg football game on the score is brought to you locally by Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning. Get 0% financing for 72 months on approved credit now at Mahalo Heating and Air. We swap sides of the field. Tigard with it in Roseburg territory at the 33, but a couple of penalties has backed him up. They've got second down and long. First play of the second quarter. Rolling to his right, looking to pass. Masters Doble downfield. Had a man there, but that one to the sideline. It was taking him out a little ways, and then out of bounds, unable to hang on to the football. Out there was Kellen Jolly. Could not pull that in. The incomplete pass will make it third down and 25 for the Tigers. Well, speaking of Tigers, tonight, Clayton, kind of an interesting factoid tonight. Umpqua Basin teams, Roseburg, South Umpqua, and Oakland, all in the first round of their playoffs, all taking on Tigers.
Really?
Tigers for Roseburg, South Umpqua taking on the Yamhill Carlton Tigers, and Oakland taking on the Bandon Tigers tonight out on the coast. And in that one, It is a 6-0 lead for Oakland in that matchup in the second quarter. Passing back to the far side of the field. It's caught, tracked down by Dawson Gillespie. Luke Davis on the backside wheel route catches a great fade pass over the shoulder, but it's going to be fourth down as Dawson Gillespie didn't let him get too far away, and he's able to bring him down at the 13-yard line. A pickup of 20, fourth down and 4.
All right, now you have to watch the hard count. We're inside 5 yards.
Yeah. 20-yard completion there to Davis. His first catch of the night, second completion for Masters Doble. They set up in that power I formation. Roseburg more disciplined here. They check the sideline, yelling out the call. And movement in the backfield, the fullback, Vaughn Croxton, up out of his crouch early. He got caught leaning, and the penalty will back him up here. So now, do they change their plan of attack?
Yes, they do. I saw different people coming on the sideline, or from the sidelines.
So the field goal unit will come out. The place kicker is Henry Masters, I do believe. It is. He is 1 of 2 on field goals this year. His longest from 20. This is from 35. The holder is Brady Jordan. The kick is up. It looks like it's got the distance, and he does split the uprights. A field goal from 35 yards out after the penalty. So the Tigard penalty backed him up to the 20. And actually to the 18, I should say. And then the field goal from the 25, a 35-yarder. And that'll get Tigard on the board. Your score 14-3 with 10:59 to go in the first half. Let's take a 30-second break. Be back with more of the action on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Buy One, Get One is back at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube. Purchase the signature service oil change at Roseburg Jiffy Lube and be treated to a second one absolutely free. The Trick or Treat BOGO deal, buy one, get one in October from the Roseburg Jiffy Lube. Are your wipers bouncing, streaking, or smearing now that the rain is here? Well, come to the Roseburg Jiffy Lube for a free windshield Rain-X treatment with the purchase of new wipers. Stay safe on the road with the team at Roseburg Jiffy Lube on Garden Valley next to Champion Car Wash.
Kickoff away from Tigard after their 35-yard field goal. It goes to Kloffenstein at the 10. Up the middle, things will fill up there, and he'll get taken down at the 25-yard line. Roseburg with the football for a third time in the first quarter, leading at 14-3. Tonight's game sponsored locally by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. And the OSAA postseason is sponsored by Pacific Office Automation. For over 40 years, Pacific Office Automation has remained locally owned and operated, supporting the community and people and places that matter. That's why Pacific Office Automation continues to sponsor the OSAA year after year. Pacific Office Automation, problem solved. First play, handoff, Eckel running up the middle, sidestepped the first defender, but not much more after that. Goes out to the 28-yard line, a pickup of 3 on the ground. You know, for a Roseburg offense, Clayton, that averages on the ground 297.9 yards, obviously we know teams are going to come in and try and stack the box, and I think Tigard so far has done a nice job of keeping it in control.
Yes, I think so too. With his 5-man front, it's been pretty locked up for Roseburg.
Just a 3-yard carry there for Eckel. He sets up to the right of Marsters. The sprinkles starting to come down again. Marsters looking to pass, flushed out of the pocket. Now on his feet, scrambling out. He'll just pitch it forward past the line of scrimmage and out of the pocket. No grounding. A nice smart play there by the quarterback to save yardage.
Very, very smart play. He knows where the line of scrimmage was, and as long as he gets it in front of that, it will not be intentional grounding, like you said.
So it'll be 3rd down and 7 for Roseburg. This defensive line for Tigard putting a lot of pressure on. We'll take a look at scores coming up throughout the rest of this game. We'll continue to try and keep you updated on things going on here in the Umpqua Basin, as well as other scores of note for the 6A bracket. The winner of this one moves on to take on Summit or South Medford, whoever wins that game today over in Bend, and we get score updates from that one, so we'll pass those along in a moment. 3rd down and 7 from the left hash mark at the 28. Rolling to his left, looking to pass, has some time, floats it downfield, picked off. It's Brady Jordan and he will get shoved out of bounds. Jordan, this junior, will set up Tigard in their own territory for Marsters. That is his 6th interception thrown this season.
Just looked like the ball was underthrown a little bit, gave the DB plenty of time to turn around and pick that ball off.
So Marsters with the first turnover. Roseburg did not turn the ball over at all last week against Springfield, and they didn't turn it over at all against Sheldon the week before. But with 10:04 to go here in the second quarter, Tigard starts with the football at the Roseburg 45-yard line. Rolling to his left, going on the intermediate route and in and out of the hands of the tight end, Jackman. He was wide open, but that one he let through his hands and into his breastplate.
Roseburg dodged a bullet with that one. Like you said, he probably had 10 or 15 yards after the catch still to go.
So the incompletion will set up second down and 10, 9:58 to go, first half. So the INT, that's big. That Roseburg, I think, was coming into this matchup looking to have the takeaways. Tigard's offense has turned the ball over 26 times. Roseburg's defense has taken it away 16 times. They're +6 on the turnover margin, but trailing right now in this one in that category, but leading 14-3. Second down and 10, pressure in the pocket, trying to escape. He will get around the edge, and still on his feet has a first down. Masters Doble on the scramble will get away. No flags on the field as Roseburg's coach is trying to call for a hold, will not get it, and Cameron Masters Doble will stretch the field and scrambles for a first down out to the 27-yard line.
As a defense, you know that you're right there for a sack and you let them go. It's got to be a little demoralizing, but they've got to stay focused. They've just had a short break after the offense threw the pick, so they've got to be very focused here.
18-yard pickup for the first down by Masters Doble. If I told you here in the first half that Masters Doble, who came in 92 negative yards on the season, he's got 30, and he's outdoing Colton Marsters, who has over 1,000 yards, over 1,200 yards rushing this year. He's got -2 on the ground. I think that leads to tell you that Tigard knew they had to control Marsters, and Roseburg was not expecting Masters Doble to run that much. Timeout down on the field taken by Tigard. Let's go ahead and take the break as well. 9:48 to go, first half, 14-3. Roseburg in front of Tigard on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Roseburg football on the Score and streaming at 541radio.com is sponsored by Flyaway Travel. You can contact their travel experts for your travel plans, now located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue, or call them at 672-5701. Handoff up the middle, penalty flags multiple out on the first down play. Whistles will now stop the play at the 26-yard line. It would be a pickup of 1, but the penalty flags are out. And now another one coming out at the very end of the play. And that, unfortunately, that had Tigard clapping. I kind of wonder if this will end up going against Roseburg with a dead ball penalty at the very end of it. Whistles were blowing quite a bit there trying to stop the play. So we'll see what we get here. And hear from the call. Holding on the offense. They'll replay first down. They call the dead ball penalty unsportsmanlike against Tigard.
It's important for Roseburg with these big long downs that they're probably not going to be an eye-tight formation, so they need to get after the quarterback and get a big sack.
So they are going to back him up quite a bit here with a couple of penalties. Coach John Kemper for Tigard out there looking for an explanation. An acquaintance of mine. We went to high school together. Coach Kemper over there, he was 2 years behind me. Played football together under Coach Terry Summerfield at Barlow High School. And got to catch up with him a little bit before the game. It's kind of hard. I don't want to root against him. He's somebody I like very much playing with. Haven't really stayed in touch, but have followed what he's been doing. And we've caught up a couple of times when our paths have crossed at high school games. But I'd like to be doing football next week. So I told him, I'm sorry, but I have to root a little bit against you there, classmate. And that penalty's big there, Clayton. That puts them all the way back to the 46 on the other half of the field. So they went from the 27, back-to-back penalties there for Tigard, and it takes them all the way back to their own 46-yard line. That is 27-yard penalty there. That's big. First down and extremely long, looking to pass. They go on the quick out route on the far side. And incomplete out there, intended for A.J. Perez, just too far outside of his reach, but their sure-handed target that they like to go to couldn't quite get the ball to him there.
Yeah, they've run that out route multiple times, so I guarantee they're going to continue to go back to it. The DBs need to play up a little bit tighter and try to jump that route.
So it'll make it second down. The scoreboard says 37 yards to go. Let's see, they got to get, that'd be 4 to the 50, then down to the 27, so that's 23. So, yeah, I think it's only 27, the second down and 27. Yeah, 27. Looking to pass. They're trying to set up the screen, get it completed out of the backfield. Hit at the line of scrimmage. And nowhere to go. Connor Grant with the catch, and he got stopped like he ran into a brick wall. I didn't catch who made the tackle there. And right at the line of scrimmage, they get 1 yard out of a screenplay that looked like it had blockers in front.
Yeah, Connor Grant, I don't believe, made the right read there, and he went right inside where everybody's coming from. So
it's only a gain of 1, and it's now third down. So they got 3, 5, 10, 15, 20, and 23. Yeah, it's third down and 26. Scoreboard adding a little extra yardage to try and go here for the Tigers. Either way, it's a long way to go. They've got to get – oh, that's because I'm counting to the original line of scrimmage, so add 10. The scoreboard's right, and I'm wrong. And a completion downfield is not going to be enough for Tigard. It helps if you pay attention to the game of football as what's going on. Landon Duper makes this stop on the catch. It's A.J. Perez. They give him to the 30. It was third down and 36. Math is never a strong suit, and trying to do it live on the air never works well for me. But they don't even get that much. They get it back to the 30, still shy, so it's now fourth down and 13. No man land here, so I think they're going for it.
Yeah, you're in the spot where you can't punt it, but it's too far field goals, so you've got to probably pass the football here.
That was a 23-yard completion to A.J. Perez, and it's now fourth down and 13, and here comes the offense up to the ball. Roseburg obviously going to have to stay disciplined. Big down here, rolling to his right, looking back to his left, pressure. Kincaid back there, flushing him out of the pocket, throw over the middle of the field, picked off by Jacobs. Eli Jacobs has his fourth of the season. He takes it out to the 31, and Roseburg gets the stop on fourth down. It was going to be a turnover on downs either way, but Roseburg will pick up a little bit extra yardage, and they get the turnover battle evened up.
It also adds a little more momentum back to the Roseburg. They was kind of swinging the other way, so it's good to see.
So Masters Doble will throw his 16th interception of the season, and for Roseburg, Eli Jacobs with the INT, his fourth of the year. That now puts him in the lead on the team, moving it just ahead of Carson Dunn. Roseburg with 7:27 to play in the first half with the football back at their own 31-yard line. Looking to pass. It's caught, and no one's going to catch him. His third touchdown of the night for Logan Kloffenstein to the house, a big one, and Roseburg's going to go in front 20-3. Touchdown is good. It is a 69-yard strike. Kloffenstein for a third time tonight. Whoa.
That happened in a flash.
Yes, it did. I got to look back at the YouTube screen here on the computer to watch this one again. They just did that, waited no time, just on the quick seam route. Nobody covering Kloffenstein, and he goes to the house. The PAT kick coming. Bartlett, the right-footed kicker, waits for the placement by Tatone, and he will drill that one through. 69 yards to the house for Logan Kloffenstein, his third touchdown of the night. The kick by Bartlett makes it 21-3. Roseburg in front here in the second quarter with 7:17 to go in the ball game. Back after this 30-second break on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Dear driver, you're invited to save big on a new Toyota. Hurry in today. Visit Toyota.com for more information. Toyota, let's go places. 7:48. That's the time on the clock. There is 7:17 to go in the game as a penalty. The ball is kicked out of bounds by Roseburg. I looked at the clock on my computer, not the clock on the scoreboard, but they're actually not that far off. 7:17 to go in this first half. The kick out of bounds. Good field position to start things off here for Tigard. After on fourth down, it was going to be a turnover on down with the pass. It was going to be incomplete, but sailed over the head of a receiver, and there to pick it up was Eli Jacobs on the INT that did get some momentum, like you said there, Colton, and then Clayton, and then the very first play, they go 69 yards to the house. You want to talk about momentum, there's a lot brewing there for the Roseburg sideline.
And the more that Roseburg can stretch this lead, the more Tigard will have to get out of that I formation and start passing, because then they'll start wasting more and more time. So Roseburg's in a pretty good position right now.
So it'll set up Tigard at their own 35-yard line. Their offense back out on the field after the turnover that finished off the last drive. 1st and 10. They go with the jumbo set with two tight ends. Empty backfield otherwise. Try to go with the jump pass. It's picked off by Dunn, and now he's tied with Jacobs for the team lead as Roseburg on back-to-back offensive plays by the Tigers will pick it away, and Roseburg, oh boy, all the momentum on one side of this field.
As we were saying in the beginning of the game, the turnover battle is going to be a big deal, and here you go.
So Carson Dunn says, Eli Jacobs, Dunn the senior, Jacobs the junior. He says, no. I'm getting back in this battle for the team lead in turnovers. They both now with 4 interceptions on the season, second of the night for Masters Doble. And Roseburg will have the football. This is, we'll see how quick Roseburg might try and strike here. They've got the ball at the 36-yard line on Tigard's half of the field. They'll hand it off to Eckel up the middle. He'll get short yards on first down. And he will take it down to the 34 for a pickup of 2. So with probably about 7.5 minutes to go in this second quarter, Roseburg had the interception. And in a matter of 25 seconds at most, they've had 2 interceptions, scored a touchdown. Wow. Just crazy what they've done there in the amount of time. There's a 2-yard pickup. Actually, they put him down to the 33. So make it a 3-yard gain for Caden Eckel on first down. They'll set up to the right of Marsters in shotgun, looking to pass, go on the quick one to Kloffenstein. He catches, weaves his way upfield. At the 30, spin move out of tackle, spins out of another one, stays on his feet, marching his way down to the 20-yard line. And Roseburg, they are out there. I mean, I'm seeing some edge to this team. They are fighting hard for yardage and saying, we're not going to make this easy on you. We're not going to lay down. We are going to try and put our pedal to the metal.
Yes, every time they get tackled, they're just putting their head down and going full force.
Down to the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 13 for Kloffenstein. His 4th catch of the night. He's got 3 touchdowns. And keeper up the middle for Marsters, trying to make guys miss as he swims around a defender and got himself down to the 11-yard line. It's going to be close to the first down marker. I think they're going to say second down and less than a yard.
As we were saying, I think Roseburg kind of feels like a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, like they feel like they're the underdogs maybe a little bit in the recent years, so it's good to see.
Handoff, Eckel running right side. Things open up as he gets to the edge inside the 5 on 2nd and short. He's got a first down. And Roseburg has 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. Pickup of 7. Hard sledding tonight for the Tribe, but they've been able to do it. Logan Kloffenstein looking for 100 yards through the air tonight, receiving. Handoff, Eckel spun down in the middle of the field up along the front line. Vaughn Croxton helping make the tackle for the Tigers. The linebacker stepping in, makes the stop at the 2, a pickup of 2 on 1st and goal for Caden Eckel. Ball in the middle of the field. Roseburg with twins to either side. Marster steps up, will go into the pistol as Eckel moves behind him. Fake the handoff, looking to pass. Go out into the flats to Caden Eckel. The throw a little low, and he hadn't quite turned his head around at that point. But I like that play design. And it's not one that we've seen Roseburg do that much, but I like that play design with the running back out of the backfield. Just a little bit of a low throw, and got to get Eckel looking for that pass a little earlier.
Looked like a play action, little like slip screen almost.
So they'll set up for 3rd down and goal from the 2. Tatone, Kloffenstein, and Horton out to the right. Duper alone to the left. And timeout taken by Roseburg, I do believe. Timeout with 4:44 to go here in the first half of tonight's ball game. We'll take the 30-second break and come back as we continue long. Roseburg leading 21-3. 30-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Out of the Roseburg timeout, I want to remind you that Roseburg Honda is your place to go if you've been waiting for the right time to get a new car. Well, the wait is over. They just got done with a big sale, but I know that they are always looking to do whatever they can because at Roseburg Honda, they treat you like family because they are family. So check them out. That is Roseburg Honda, another sponsor of Roseburg football here on the Score. Out of the timeout, it's 3rd down and goal for the Indians. The ball at the 2-yard line. Eckel to the left of Marsters. Duper to the left, trips to the right side, looking to pass to Duper. He goes on a quick route, and it goes right through the hands of the defender, and a catch for Landon Duper. Touchdown, Roseburg! And the Indians stretch it out 27-3. I thought that was a pick for sure.
That was very scary. It looked like that might have been 6 for Tiger, but they call it a little fade route. Just took it right from him.
I don't know how that ball got through the defender's hands. It looked like he was in perfect position, and you're right. There would not been much out there. I mean, there's some speedsters on the field for Roseburg. He would have had to outrun to go practically 100 yards for the score, but it looked like it was going to be a big return on an INT, taking away a touchdown, but the ball gets through. Duper, sure-handed, makes the catch. The PAT is through, and Roseburg stretches the lead out as Landon Duper gets in on the action. So far, the Indians, all passing touchdowns. They lead 28-3. Let's take another 30-second break, and we will come back as Roseburg in front big against Tigard in the first half on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Well, that took 7 plays as Roseburg goes 36 yards, and they take 2:29 off the game clock and lead 28-3 against Tigard. Bartlett kicks it deep to the 15-yard line for the return man, Connor Grant. He's going to try and stretch it to the opposite side of the field and gets upended by Eli Jacobs, who shed his blocker, was down low, and Connor Grant goes up, feet in the air, and that got a nice reaction out of the crowd here tonight.
Wow.
Oh, boy. Well, with 4:34 to go, it's Roseburg leading Tigard with the football at their own 23-yard line. Stay connected to your favorite team with the OSAA Live mobile app. OSAA Live features the latest scores, schedules, and rankings for all teams and leagues across Oregon. Access OSAA state championship programs, read the latest prep news and information. Search OSAA Live in the App Store or on Google Play to download today. Big drive here for Tigard as they want to stay in this one. Fake the handoff, trying to go on the keeper. Masters Doble around the left side, and the junior, not a lot of room. In fact, loses a yard back to the 22 as Roseburg comes up with the tackle for loss. Clayton, this season, Roseburg came into tonight's game 45 tackles behind the line of scrimmage. They get back there a lot. 14 sacks. Leading the way was Tiger Black, who I think will be a first-team All-Leaguer this year for Roseburg. All-League honors we were hoping to have him tonight, but didn't quite get them. He was a first-team All-Leaguer last year for Roseburg as a sophomore. But that defensive line has done a great job all year getting in the backfield.
Yes, they have. They've been doing it all year.
Second down and 11. They go with the jumper set under center. Looking to pass, goes right side on the out route again to A.J. Perez. And once again, the pass just not quite there. It's a timing route, and the throws just haven't been on target as he comes out of his break.
Yeah, and as a DB, I would be thinking, like, if I'm seeing that out route, I'm getting ready to jump it because they've ran it 4 times already this game.
Incompletion will make it third down and 11. Clock stopped with 3:45 to go, and this could be big just on the matter that if they don't convert here, there's still 3 minutes left to go in this first half. Roseburg getting the ball back, and they've been scoring quick. It could be a chance to really stretch this out for the second half. Looking to pass, trying to set up the screen. Pressure in the backfield. Cannot escape. Masters Doble goes down at the 19. A penalty flag out in the area of holding. If that's the case, Roseburg is going to decline this one for sure as they come up with the sack on Masters Doble.
It will be a hold.
And the penalty is declined, and Roseburg drops him back to the 19 on the sack. And that's a loss of 3 for Masters Doble, and it's going to make it fourth down as the heavens start to open up a little bit more here. Roseburg, the return man, Carson Dunn, going to be looking up into the rain. The punt coming. Masters Doble get a good boot behind this one. Angled to the sideline, though. He got a good foot behind it, just didn't get the right angle, and so it's going to be short yardage for Roseburg here with 3:33 to go in the first half.
Yeah, and as fast as they've been moving down the field, got to like Roseburg's chances to score again.
They're going to start in Tigard territory at the 43-yard line. So here we go. Roseburg with a chance to stretch it out, leading 28-3 in the first half. So far, a 35-yard field goal. The only points on the board for Tigard. Stay up to date with everything high school, including news, stories, coaches, polls, and more. Visit OSAA Today. Go to osaa.org/today. That's OSAA Today. Visit today. Trips to the left side, ball on the right hash mark for Marshers in the Roseburg offense. Gives it to Eckel, right side, gets to the edge, has a man blocking, gets swallowed up from behind, but he's got a first down carry. Longest run of the night for the Roseburg offense is Vaughn Croxton, the linebacker, catching up to Eckel to make the stop, but Roseburg takes it to the 31-yard line, picking up 12 on the first down carry.
Tigers sideline in the beginning of the game was very, very loud, and now it's very quiet. You got to think that their team over there is kind of down right now.
Long way to drive. It's cold and wet, and you're down by 25 in the first half. It's a deflator there as Eckel will get it again at the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go. And Kemper and the Tigard sideline are trying to call that they took the ball away from Caden Eckel and had a fumble recovery. And they're not going to get the call. They'll say forward progression stopped at the 30-yard line, a pickup of 1 by Eckel, and almost a takeaway there for the Tigers.
Yeah, when teams are down big like this, you got to try anything to get your ball back.
So it'll be second down and 9. And shotgun Marsters. Delay handoff. Eckel. I think some miscommunication possibly there. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, no gain, and it's third down for the Tribe.
Yeah, it was either a counter play or definitely some miscommunication because it looked like Eckel was running to the right and then the ball came back left, so I'm not sure.
Just took a long time to develop, and up front, Roseburg's offensive line couldn't hold off Tigard's defensive front. 230, 216, 240, 250, some big bodies up there, and tough time to block for that long. And especially if you're blocking a different play, then it's not going to quite work out for you. They're going to adjust the football, and it is third down. Roseburg's got to get it to the 21. They've got 9 yards to pick up. Duper, Tatone, and Kloffenstein to the left, Horton to the right. Looking to pass, pump fake once. Looking downfield, the pocket collapse, going to sprint out of the pocket, a stiff arm to get away from a defender, penalty flag out, and Marsters takes a big hit but pops up right at the end of the run. Croxton, the linebacker, leading tackler for this Tiger team, and we've seen it tonight, made a big hit, but this one could be coming back. Marsters taking a little bit of punishment there, and it may be for no good. And it is a hold against Roseburg. So what would have been a first down carry on the scramble by Marsters is going to come back. They'll mark it from the 32. Actually, no, right at the 30, I guess. They take it back to the 40-yard line. Well, that's tough.
Roseburg maybe just play it safe here, run it, get the clock to come back down, and punt it away and go into halftime.
1:30 and counting. So they could, like you said there, Clayton, keep the clock running and then try and trap Tigard deep in their own territory. Tigard will get the ball to start the second half. Bobble on the snap. Now going to scramble out to his right, trying to direct traffic. Throw downfield, and it is incomplete. Coming up with the football was Dominic Tatone, but that one's skipping into his arms. And so with the pass and incompletion, the clock does stop with 1:13 to go. We are late in this first half. Tigard trailing 28-3, a minute 13 to go in the ball game, and Roseburg's punt unit will come out. A promising drive killed by a penalty. Timeout taken by Roseburg. We got a couple more spots here in the first half to get in, so let's squeeze in another quick 30-second break. Roseburg in front, 28-3 in this first-round playoff matchup on the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union State Championships. Back after this on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Copy.
Doctor, I kept myself safe from COVID by following all the proper protocols. Then I visited my family, and we all got COVID. I debated getting the vaccine since I gained the COVID antibodies. I changed my mind because I learned the antibodies may not offer full protection. But getting the vaccine after COVID can help prevent you from getting sick again. It also lowers your risk of getting someone else sick. So whether you've already had COVID or you're still unvaccinated, please get the vaccine.
Roseburg will send the punt unit back out after the timeout, I believe. Actually, they will set up with Marsters in shotgun. Gillespie is the running back to his right. Gillespie is the punter. Roseburg seeing if they can get Tigard to jump off sides. Will now move Gillespie back into a punt formation. He will get a soft kick, but it carries too much. And it will go into the end zone and out of bounds. Out of the back of the end zone there. So the punt will be a touchback.
And if you're Roseburg's defense, you have a minute. You cannot let up the big play. I see the safeties probably playing back farther than they would be normally.
Yeah, do not want to give up a big score and some momentum to Tigard. Great point. Tigard will have it at their own 20-yard line. Again, they do get the ball to start the second half, so this will be an opportunity for them, like you said, stack some scores here. See if they can get one to finish the half and then get the ball to start the second half and try and put one up there as well. Stay with us during the halftime show. We'll take a look at first half statistics and try and check the scoreboard as well. As a pass over the middle, it's tipped and goes right to Braden Steinacre. Steinacre at the 10, the 5, no one brings him down. And Roseburg adds to the lead before the halftime break. Oh boy, you want to talk about stacking scores with under 60 to play in the first half. Roseburg puts another one on the board. They're up 34-3. A pick six for Braden Steinacre.
The offense couldn't do it as the defense says, well, let me see it. I got it.
That is the first interception of the season for Steinacre. and it's a pick six for the senior. That's a big moment for him.
I couldn't see who tipped it, but hats off to him.
Yeah, exactly. The defense, a big one there. The PAT is good. What a turn there. The pick six. And Roseburg is on top 35-3 with 59 seconds to go until halftime. Oh boy, did not see this coming. We should get in one more quick break here before we go to the halftime break. So 30 seconds here and back after this on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Well, that drive, 8 seconds off the clock, and a pick six. Braden Steinacre with the score. Second pick six of the season for the Roseburg defense. Carson Dunn had the one to start out the Sheldon game as the kickoff was received on the sideline, a penalty flag out. So the return man caught the ball while he was standing on the sideline.
I believe if he's
so I think they're waving off the flag. A lot of whistles there.
Also, I've seen in the NFL where if a player is standing out of bounds and then catches it, there's a penalty like the ball would go out of bounds. I don't know if that's in high school, but I have seen that in the NFL.
Oh, the rule book. I wish I had the memory to have it all in my brain. So the ball, I think, spotted at the 31 at the moment. They are calling a penalty against Roseburg, a procedural penalty. So the ball will go to the 35-yard line is where Tigard will get it. Well, Tigard has got to find some way to get some momentum going into the halftime break. Down by 32 now. Everything has kind of gone the opposite direction. So they will come out with their offense, see what they do here. Rolling to his left, and the quarterback, Masters Doble, will take it out to the 40-yard line on the run. That's a pickup of 5 for him. And that'll get the clock running.
If you're Tigard here, you probably just run a couple plays. You want momentum, but realistically, you don't want to throw the ball again. You've thrown a couple picks already. You don't want to give Roseburg any more points.
Second down and 6. Rolling to his right is Masters Doble. He takes a hit out across the 45 to the 46, picking up another 6. That should be good, I believe, for the first down, but clock stops at 19 seconds on the first down. So the clock will start to run, and now I believe maybe it's a timeout by Tigard. I was wondering if it was an injury timeout, but I don't believe so. Masters Doble was over there stretching, so we'll keep it right here. Gives us a moment to let you know that On Point Community Credit Union is a proud sponsor of the OSAA State Championships. On Point is Oregon's largest locally headquartered credit union, serving more than 455,000 members. Visit onpointcu.com. On Point is federally insured by NCUA Equal Housing Opportunity. And before we get back out of this timeout, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for a station identification. This is Roseburg football here on The Score. Out of the timeout, it'll be Roseburg on defense. Tigard with first down and 10. Their offense out there with 19 seconds to go here in the first half. Shotgun snap, roll to his left. And it kind of seems like Tigard just trying to run out this first half. Carson Dunn will come up and wrap up Masters Doble. And 11.7 seconds to go, and another timeout taken by Tigard. So it feels like they're trying to they keep signaling that it's Tigard that's taking them. They've used all their timeouts. Roseburg still with one left. It feels like they're trying to run out the clock, but they keep stopping it with the timeout.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on. I'm kind of confused too.
Coming up at halftime, we will take a look at the first half stats, replay how things played out in the scoring in the first half of tonight's ball game, and try and get you some scores from other games around the state playoffs here tonight. First round action getting started. Roseburg football here on the Score has been sponsored locally by Tim's Appliance and Mattress. Tim's Appliance and Mattress at the corner of Lane and South Stevens. 0% financing is always available. Also want to say thanks to B&D Meats. Whether it's for one or for many, B&D Meats in Winston has you covered. And say thanks to Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. Appreciate all of our local sponsors that have been on with us throughout the entire season, helping us bring you Roseburg football here on the Score. Second down and 8 with 11 seconds to go in the first half. They will try to go a trick play, handed it off to one man in the backfield. Now they give it on a second handoff and running with the football. Good for a first down. It was Brady Jordan. That's the name I was trying to come up with there. They gave it to him like it was an end-around sweep, but as he got hit, he pitched the ball to Kellen Jolly, who had been in the running for a quarterback spot with this Tigard team. He was looking to throw downfield, Clayton, but nothing opened up for him. He takes it off and runs. He does a good job there, picks up the first down, but there's 2.4 seconds to go, and the trick play didn't work out to try and move the ball downfield and maybe give him a chance of scoring before the break.
Yeah, that was great discipline by the Roseburg defense. Two safeties were all over the deep man.
So that is a 14-yard pickup on the ground for Jolly. Looking to pass. Masters Doble going downfield into triple coverage. Intercepted by Marsters. The first half has come to an end, but Marsters on a return. He's going to try and take it. He makes a couple of cuts and tracked down from behind in Roseburg territory, and a penalty flag out at the very end. We'll have to wait and see here, but that is a third turnover by quarterback Cameron Masters Doble.
I think there will be two penalties. There's a flag right here on the near side.
And it's going to be Roseburg football. They may get one untimed down here. Officials talking about it. That is the third interception. Actually, make that the fourth interception of the night. You've got Jacobs with one, Dunn with one, Steinacre with the pick six, and now Marsters with the interception. So 4 interceptions here in the first half.
That puts him at 19 for the year.
That'll be something the junior works on going through the rest of this, going into this offseason for Tigard whenever that does come. They've got another half of football to go here against Roseburg. Not going to count our chickens before they hatch here. The penalty flag, explanation coming up. They're going into the half. It's holding on the offense. That was back at the holding on the offense back at the line of scrimmage on the pass play, then a block in the back on Roseburg on the interception return. The penalties will offset. We go to the halftime break. 35-3 is your score. Roseburg in front in this first-round matchup in the 6A OSAA On Point Community Credit Union State Championships. We'll come back with your halftime show after this 2-minute break. The Indians in front with 1 half left to go before they move on to the second round of the state playoffs. Can they hang on to the big 32-point lead? We will find out as we wrap things up on the first half with your halftime show up next on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Buy one, get one is back at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube. Purchase the signature service oil change at Roseburg Jiffy Lube and be treated to a second one absolutely free. The Trick or Treat BOGO deal, buy one, get one in October from the Roseburg Jiffy Lube. Are your wipers bouncing, streaking, or smearing now that the rain is here? Well, come to the Roseburg Jiffy Lube for a free windshield Rain-X treatment with the purchase of new wipers. Stay safe on the road with the team at Roseburg Jiffy Lube on Garden Valley next to Champion Car Wash.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Halftime break here as the Roseburg cheerleaders celebrating out on the field here at the halftime break. Thankfully, the rains hold off for them as they get a chance to go out and do their routine. And haven't seen the Roseburg marching band out, so I'm not sure if they're going to be performing here at halftime. I always love to see the marching band as they do their thing. But, yeah, always get entertained here. They're dancing down. It sounds like some hammer time going on. Hammer time, hammer time. I wish I knew the words. Welcome back, everybody. It's Joey Kieran here with you. People watching around the state, and here I am singing to MC Hammer. It has been hammer time. Roseburg up big here at the halftime break, 35-3. And Clayton Brelich, former Roseburg Indian, class of 2020, played for Coach Heiberger. This is territory you didn't get to experience when you were a player out there, but 35-3. Obviously, Roseburg has wiped away any sort of nerves or jitters going into the first playoff for this school since 2014, first home playoff game since 2011, and I think I wrote it down somewhere. The last playoff win for Roseburg was back in 2013 when they beat Gresham in double overtime. So it's been a while since Roseburg's let alone been in a playoff game, let alone been in a playoff game and winning, and let alone been in a playoff game at home and winning. So this is uncharted water for this Roseburg team. All these guys, I mean, they were all grade school, first grade when the last stuff happened. So this is not something that they've experienced their whole time, but now they get a chance to rewrite some of this Roseburg history and turn things around. They've gotten the jitters out of the way. Now at halftime, they're in the locker room leading big. You just got to avoid the letdown and got to avoid getting sloppy or putting yourself in a bad position because you don't want anybody getting hurt, knowing that a second-round playoff matchup is possibly looming after another second half of football.
Yeah, and you see them flying around, jumping around every touchdown they score. Half the field or half the players are back on the field. So you definitely go into the locker room. You're going to understand they're going to come out, and they're going to be coming back. It's a playoff game. They've been here for a reason, and so I think they should come out, play like they have been the whole time, and don't let up.
Let's go ahead and take a look at how the first half played out here tonight. Roseburg got the ball first. They would drive down the field, and on a field goal attempt, it was a fake. It had all of us fooled here. I thought that Jackson Bartlett had just barely gotten enough of the football, but instead it was the holder, Dominic Tatone, who had the snap and then flips it to Logan Klopfenstein for a 13-yard touchdown pass out of his crouch on one knee. Well, actually, he probably wasn't on a knee because then the ball would have been down, I guess. So probably not on a knee, but from that crouch position, Tatone flipping it to Klopfenstein for a 13-yard score. Roseburg was up 7-0 to start out the first quarter. Roseburg would find the end zone again on their next drive. This time it was Klopfenstein from 3 yards out. It was Colton Marsters connecting with him for the touchdown pass. That is the 12th of the season for Marsters. It was 14-0 Roseburg in the first quarter, and that would be your score after one. Tigard would drive. They started a drive in the first quarter at their own 35, got it all the way down to the Roseburg 13, but a penalty brought them back 5 yards. They set up for a field goal. They were trying to draw Roseburg offside on a 4th down play, 4th and 5, and they went false start, and that backed them up, so they settle for the 35-yard field goal when Henry Marsters hits it for his longest field goal of the season, made it 14-3 with 10:59 to go in the first half. Roseburg would throw an interception on the next possession. That was their first turnover of the game, but they would get 4 interceptions before the first half came to a close. So Roseburg and Tigard, neither team had a turnover in the game with about 10 minutes left to go in the first half. And after that point, Roseburg had 4 interceptions going into the halftime break. Roseburg would get an INT. That would set them up on a short field, only 31. Actually, not a short field. They were at their own 31. It took just one play. Marsters finds Klopfenstein for his 3rd touchdown of the night, and it was still midway through the 3rd quarter. 69 yards to the house, longest touchdown run and grab for Klopfenstein, and that put Roseburg up 21-3. Next possession, on the very first play, Tigard throws another interception, this time after Eli Jacobs had the first one. This one was Carson Dunn. The 2 defensive backs now with 4 interceptions each. That set Roseburg up in Tigard territory. They would go 7 plays, get a touchdown pass, this time to Landon Duper, who the ball just got through the hands of the defender. Not sure how he didn't have the interception. Duper there on the other side for the easy grab from 2 yards out, and Roseburg was on top 28-3 with 4:40 to go. Tigard got it, would punt on their next possession. Roseburg was held to a punt on their next possession, but then on the very first play, Tigard with a tipped interception and returned for a touchdown. Braden Steinacre, the senior linebacker, his first touchdown of the season, his first interception, and Roseburg up 35-3, and that is where we stand here at the end of the first half. Colton Marsters had an interception and a long return to finish out the first half of play, keeping Roseburg in front. Tigard will get the football to start the second half. Let's go ahead and take a 2-minute break. We'll come back. We'll look at individual statistics from the first half and break down more of what we've seen between Roseburg and Tigard in this 6A first-round matchup from the OSA On Point Community Credit Union State Championships. This is Roseburg football on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Buy One, Get One is back at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube. Purchase the signature service oil change at Roseburg Jiffy Lube and be treated to a second one absolutely free. The Trick or Treat BOGO deal, buy one, get one in October from the Roseburg Jiffy Lube. Are your wipers bouncing, streaking, or smearing now that the rain is here? Well, come to the Roseburg Jiffy Lube for a free windshield Rain-X treatment with the purchase of new wipers. Stay safe on the road with the team at Roseburg Jiffy Lube on Garden Valley next to Champion Car Wash.
Live video streaming of Roseburg football here in the postseason is sponsored by Champion Car Wash here in Roseburg. Appreciate them hopping on here for the stretch run of the season for Roseburg football and being our video stream sponsor. You can watch the second half of tonight's ball game on 541radio.com or head to our YouTube channel where you can watch it there, and you can join in on the conversation with the chat, as well as you can tune in and watch it there. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow Roseburg High Sports throughout the entire high school sports season. As for the first half of tonight's ball game, it's been brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? By Dr. Alanson Randall, open and accepting new patients. Call them at 541-378-6694. And by Bigfoot Beverages of Roseburg, a locally owned family business, proud sponsor of local sports and focused on community events. Clayton Brelich along with me, Joey Keyran, here in the booth at Roseburg High School. Clayton, I'm going to bring up a sponsor here and give you a note. We're going to have to come up with a Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game at the end of this one. So as we get into the second half, start thinking about which Roseburg player might be worthy of the Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game. Mountain Mike's Pizza, the way it ought to be. Find them on West Harvard, just right away. It's a hop, skip, and a jump away from Roseburg High School here in town. First half numbers, I'll run through some of these and we'll get some thoughts from Clayton Brelich here. For the visiting Tigard Tigers, through the air, 4 completions on 12 attempts for Cameron Masters-Doble. He has 4 interceptions thrown, and he's got 54 yards through the air on the 4-for-12 night. On the ground, Masters-Doble is actually leading the way for the Tigers with 37 yards rushing on 6 attempts. You've got Luke Davis with 7 yards on 4 attempts, Connor Grant with 4 yards on 2 carries, and Kellen Jolly came in for 1 carry for 14 yards. You also have the 4 catches on the night, 2 catches for A.J. Perez for 33, 1 catch for Connor Grant for 1, and Luke Davis with 1 catch for 20. On the other side for Roseburg, Dominic Titone 1 for 1 through the air with a touchdown pass to Logan Klopfenstein. Colton Marsters is 8 for 15 tonight. He's got 3 touchdown passes, 194 yards, and 1 interception. As he's leading the way through the air, Roseburg looking to counteract the defense, focusing on the run game by Tigard, and they've gone to the air, and it's been working. Through the air, Landon Duper, 3 catches, 38 yards, and a score. Logan Klopfenstein, 4 catches, 98 yards, 3 touchdowns. Dominic Titone, 1 catch, 60 yards, and Caden Eckel, 1 catch for 11. On the ground, Eckel has 12 carries for 39 yards. He has eclipsed 1,000 yards on the season here tonight. He came in with 999. 1 yard shy. He is over that mark. And Colton Marsters has got 3 carries for 7 yards here this evening, and that puts him at 1,211 on the year. Dominic Titone, 1 carry for 4 yards in the first half. No rushing touchdowns for Roseburg in the first half of tonight's ball game. Roseburg has, all season long, we've said Roseburg hasn't had to pass the ball. Their running game has done all the work, and that's why there wasn't a lot of passing numbers for Colton Marsters here tonight. Roseburg's been forced to go to the pass, and it's been working. Now they'll try to, I think, ground and pound a little bit, see if they can wear this second half off quickly and get away with a win here tonight against Tigard. And, going to the second half, what do you expect to see out of this Roseburg team?
I think like in the last couple of weeks, Roseburg really been working on the passing game because they knew that teams were going to expect the run. So I expect them to come out here, like you said, and just try to run this clock out, run it as much as they can, and like Tigard wanted to do, but keep it out of their hands.
Tigard, meanwhile, they're going to have to try and find a way to start putting some drives together, but Roseburg's defense, I think, really has been. The offenses look good, and Marsters is connecting. You've got the trick play that worked out well on the fake field goal, but the defense for Roseburg, I think, has been starring tonight. 4 interceptions, a pick 6 in there, and they have very much limited what Tigard's done offensively, so I think look to see that defense step up big coming up the rest of this way. We've got to get into a break, so we will go ahead and take our final break here at halftime. Coming up, your second half, when we return after this 60-second break on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Copy.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Back here as we get ready to go for the second half of tonight's ballgame. Joey Kieran and Clayton Brelich here with you. Taking a look at your scores for today. We had high school playoff games going on. Roseburg hosting Tigard. South Umpqua welcomes in Yamhill Carleton tonight. And Oakland is on the road at Bandon. But let's check in with some volleyball. Sutherland volleyball defeats Cresswell today in the 3A state semifinals up at Corvallis High School. So the Sutherland Bulldogs going to be playing for a state championship in volleyball coming up tomorrow. And North Douglas volleyball also winning in the semifinals over Crane. They'll play for a state championship coming up tomorrow out in Redmond. Congratulations to both those programs for making it to a state championship game. In football tonight, Roseburg obviously leading 35-3 here at halftime. In the third quarter with 2 minutes to go, South Umpqua leading 14-6 against Yamhill Carleton, and I think that's a bit of a surprising score there for the Lancers. We're thinking that they may win a little bit bigger, one of the top teams in the state. And then the Oakland Oakers out at the coast against Bandon with 4:43 to go in the third quarter. It was 12-8 Oakland on top of Bandon in the third quarter of that one. So a couple of third quarter scores for you. And from other games of note that we need to pass along to you, at halftime, between Summit and South Medford. The winner of this matchup here between Roseburg and Tigard tonight moves on to play the winner of Summit and South Medford next week in the second round, and it's Summit leading 14-0 at halftime in that matchup. So if Summit hangs on to win and Roseburg hangs on to win, Roseburg will be heading to Bend next week to take on the Summit Storm. That is a rematch. Roseburg played Summit the first game of the season, won 23-7, didn't allow an offensive touchdown, and obviously they beat South Medford down at Spiegelberg Stadium earlier this season, winning against the Black Tornado 35-26. So we'll see what happens there, but Roseburg could be on the road in the second round if that score holds there. Also in the Southwest Conference, McNary leading North Medford 14-0 at halftime in that first round matchup. Also, you've got Sheldon hosting Roosevelt tonight in a first-round matchup for Southwest Conference teams. So that's a look at some of your scores here tonight as we get ready for the second half. The teams are back out on the field, and we get ready to go. I want to remind you, for over 40 years, Pacific Office Automation has remained locally owned and operated, supporting the community and people and the places that matter. That's why Pacific Office Automation continues to sponsor the OSAA year after year. Pacific Office Automation, problem solved. The kickoff from Roseburg will go right to left on your radio dial. They go with that short pooch kick again. And the return man looked like he was going to take a knee.
You wait for a fair catch.
Did they? Okay. I didn't see that, and I almost thought at first he was going to try and take a knee. I believe that's Trent Hall on the return, number 33 there. Yeah. And so that'll just set up Tigard with the football at their own 24-yard line. So the offense comes out. We've seen more running from Masters Doble than we thought. A quarterback that has thrown for a good number of yards this season, 1,032, 7 TDs. With the 4 interceptions, he's up to 19 on the season, but they're going to have to start throwing the ball to get back into this one. The offense will come out. They'll go with the I formation. Does not look like a throwing formation. And Masters Doble is screaming out directions to his offense as they come out to start the second half, running right side, looking to try and establish a little bit of dominance on the ground and some pushing and shoving going on. Carson Dunn with a man downfield, and Kloffenstein wisely goes and collects Carson Dunn to make sure no further issues happen there between him and A.J. Perez. On the first down carry, The ball gets out to the 29, and that is a pickup of 5 on the ground for the Tigers. Well, Carson Dunn's a guy that plays with a lot of emotions. He gets aggressive, and he's trying to show, hey, look, I am ready to do it. And penalty flag out before the snap. On that last carry for Tigard was Connor Grant picking up the 5 yards. Penalty flag.
Encroachment on the defense.
Is going to be against Roseburg, so that might move the chains for him here. It's right at that first down line, and I think they might just give it to him. That they will. They'll move the chains. Yeah, I don't want to. Dominic Titone gave me a hard time for this once. I don't want to say the guys are short, but, Carson Dunn's not the biggest guy out there, but he definitely plays with a lot of heart as he tracks down the ball carrier here, and he is like a torpedo out there. Eli Jacobs was the first man there, slowed down the carrier, Grant, and Carson Dunn there to finish him off. And he just plays with a chip on his shoulder. He just wants to make everybody pay, and I love it.
He does. You got to love his closing speed, too. He's halfway across the field, and then he gets there in no time.
His dad once told me, though, to keep telling him on the radio that he's short and that he's undersized because it fuels him. So hopefully that helps there, Carson Dunn. The run goes for no gain by Grant out to the 34 again, so it'll be 2nd down and 10. Roseburg pinching the middle with their defense, 4-man front. It's Griffin Zymet out there, and penalty flag out. Confusion for Tigard. They couldn't get the offense set the way they wanted to. And that'll back them up on the penalty for the Tigers. So Tigard with another penalty there, back to the 29-yard line. Losing 5. So back up the line. Now 2nd down and 15. Rolling to his right. Masters Doble looking downfield. Going to try and go way downfield. And Griffin Zymet stepping in front. Who's got it? It's a fight for the football between Zymet and the receiver. I didn't see who was there. And they're going to keep the ball with Tigard. And Zymet still tangled up with the receiver there.
Yeah, I don't know how you make a call on that.
Neither one has let go of the football. It is Kellen Jolly that comes up with the catch. And that was a 50-50 call right there. It looked like Zymet had stepped in front of that one, but they went to the ground arm in arm fighting over that football. It goes out to the 47, Roseburg's half of the field. They go with the I formation, hand it off. Connor Grant weaving back to his left into the secondary, has nearly a 10-yard carry for a 1st down. That pass play, that went for 24 yards through the air.
When you're up big like this, you can't swing with the emotions. You've got to stay disciplined and understand what the score is and continue to play the game right.
So the carry was good for the 1st down as they put the ball down to the 37. It was a pickup of 10 by Grant. A little bit of momentum building for the Tigers. They'll go out of that power formation again. Grant running right side, spins out of a tackle, and he'll get tripped up by his ankles. Jacobs coming in and making the stop at the 29, picks up about 8. So a little bit of a different intensity here for Tigard, but they got to know they've got to do something. Although this offense taking its time, we're already under 9 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. They trail by 32. It's 35-3. 3rd quarter, Tigard with the ball to start out the 2nd half. They've got 2nd down and short. Fake the handoff, looking to pass. Going downfield, has a man to the end zone. Touchdown, A.J. Perez. And the Tigers will get on the board to start the 2nd half. And that is the drive they needed to stay in this one. That was a great throw.
Yeah.
Great route. Had just a step on the defender.
Just got back behind the safety.
29-yard touchdown pass. And that one goes to Perez. It'll set up for the PAT. And the kick from Masters. That's Henry Masters, the cousin of Cameron Masters-Doble. And it is through for the PAT. 8:32 to go here in the third quarter. Let's take a 30-second break as Roseburg leads Tigard 35-10 on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Copy.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Six plays, a total of 76 yards. It's capped off with Cameron Masters-Doble connecting with A.J. Perez for his second touchdown grab of the season from 29 yards out. And Roseburg, their lead cut down as they are now on top 35-10. The kickoff went deep. Roseburg was playing up close in case of a possible onside kick attempt by Tigard here early in the third quarter. And Roseburg will have the ball at their own 16-yard line for their first possession in the second half. So 25 points. It's still a 3-touchdown game, Roseburg in front. But a stop here by Tigard, and this is not a game that's out of reach for the Tigers, especially with that big play downfield. They showed that they can do it. So this is an important drive for Roseburg to start this second half.
For sure. And last week against Tualatin for Tigard, they scored 2 touchdowns in the second half, so they have still some fight left in them.
Colton Marsters in shotgun at quarterback for Roseburg will hand it off to Caden Eccles, slips a tackle far side, a diving tackle attempt, and penalty flags come from every direction. And one actually came really late from an official right on top of the play at the very end. I think maybe could be another horse collar, but I'm curious if there could be a second penalty on this one.
Yeah, there's 3 penalty flags out there, so I'm not really sure what happened over there.
The run went out to the 23-yard line, which would be a pickup of 8. Personal foul, horse collar against Tigard is the call, and all 3 flags were for the same penalty. So they will take it out to the 27 and then add on the penalty. A carry, excuse me, not to the 27, it was to the 23. Which is good for a 7-yard gain by Eckel. And then the penalty takes it out to the 37. Give it to Eckel again up the middle. Gets crunched but falls forward, and he'll pick up across the 40 to the 41.
So Knox Hubbard is going to check into the game, give Eckel a little rest.
There's a pickup of 4 on the ground by Eckel as he comes out of the game. That puts him at 50 on the night. The young man has had 100 yards rushing in 8 of the 9 games this season for Roseburg. He's at the halfway mark here tonight. In shotgun, Marsters fakes the handoff, going to keep it himself. Pressure came quick, so he had to try and take off quickly there, applying the pressure in the backfield. Coming up to get in there, Austin Getz. Flushing Marsters right through the middle of the line. He got it to the 43-yard line. Pickup of 2 for Colton. And it's third down for Roseburg. And a big play here for the Tigard defense. Marsters back in shotgun. Hubbard is the guy to his right. Pump fake, going to go on the quick slant route. And no penalty flag is coming up right there at the point of contact. Kellen Jolly knocking the ball out of the hands of Landon Duper. It was bang, bang, right? He arrived right as the ball got there for Landon Duper.
Yeah, I think it was a great play. Kellen Jolly came right in, no penalty. Perfect.
So Roseburg will not convert on 3rd down and 5. The offense stays on the field. It's Gillespie in the backfield with Marsters. He is the punter, so they sometimes will motion out of this. Nobody deep to return for Tigard, so that's how they try to catch him and make it for no return. And now Gillespie will go back. Now they'll try to send a return man deep. They will not get him anybody back there. And that ball going to be taken now at the 20 by the return man, and nowhere to go for Tommy Martin, who gets marked down at the 20-yard line. So a punt by Roseburg's offense to start out the second half. And here is Tigard's opportunity to try and strike and get back into this ball game. 6:55 to go in the third quarter. They'll have the ball at their own 20-yard line. Roseburg football this season has been sponsored by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County, and by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. First down and 10. I formation, handed off, running left side, nearly tripped up at the line of scrimmage, now stays on his feet. Connor Grant will get it out to the 25-yard line. There was some traffic that he had to step over, but a nice job to stay upright and get more yardage.
Yeah, for Roseburg's defense, they need to make them waste time off the clock. You cannot give up a quick touchdown. That's been back in the game a little earlier, so they need big-time drive here.
Connor Grant, 6 yards on that carry. Second down and 4. It does continue to rain here at Finlay Field in the Umpqua Basin. Turn, fake the handoff, looking to pass. Going downfield, has a man, has a step on Eli Jacobs. It's A.J. Perez who will get pulled down. And there's the big play you were talking about, Clayton. Flipping the field, Tigard into Roseburg territory. Spot him down at the 29. Roseburg's half of the field. That is a 45-yard pass completion to A.J. Perez, who now has 107 yards on the night.
That's his longest catch of the season.
152 through the air for Masters Doble. And Tigard, the speech at the halftime break was a good one. They're coming out inspired, not wanting their season to end. Running left side, whistles blew, going to continue to try and run to the end zone. Connor Grant was called down. They were blowing the whistle with the momentum stopped, and so he is stopped at the 27. Pickup of 2 on the carry for Grant. Roseburg's defense played well in the first half, but they were giving up some yardage here.
It almost seems like that edge is gone.
Yeah, Tigard drawing up a little bit of some plays that are connecting. And they've been moving the ball a little bit better with their run game so far here in the second half. Roseburg really stacking the box. They'll send some pressure. Fake the handoff. Pressure coming. Drilled from the backside. And down as the ball came out, it's Logan Kloffenstein who just puts Cameron Masters Doble on his back.
What a blitz.
Oh,
man.
Perfectly timed by Kloffenstein, who comes up with the sack. Drops him back to the 34. That is one that you could see coming. You just wondered if the quarterback was going to hang on long enough.
Perfect play call.
Dropped for a 7-yard loss. It's third down and the ball back to the 34. It's 15 yards to go for the Tigers. Big one here. Could be 4-down territory. Try and get half of the yardage here maybe. The crowd getting loud down in the stands here at Roseburg High School. 35-10 your score, 4:24 to play in the third quarter, and a timeout taken by the Tigers. Let's go ahead and take one as well. 30-second break, 4:24 to go, and Roseburg is going to be leading 35-10. No, they didn't call a timeout.
They called a delay game before the timeout, so there's a penalty. There's no timeout taken.
Wow, we'll keep it right here then. Wow. So a penalty on Tigard. It did not. Wow. Quick play clock there. They lose 5 yards. Back to the 39. So now make it third down and 20. The crowd really getting loud. Looking to pass. They've got deep routes going down there. Tiger Black flushing them out of the pocket. Braden Steinacre trying to close. Going to run with the football and hit out of bounds right around the 32-yard line. Griffin Zymet came flying in. And that is well shy of the first down marker. At the 32, it's going to still be 4th down and 12, I believe, on the scramble there by Masters Doble. And Roseburg really was putting some pressure on there. 7-yard pickup.
Got a key on A.J. Perez here. You cannot let him beat you deep.
They'll bring it up to the line. 2 targets to the left side. Tight end to the left of the formation. Looking for the snap. Handed off. Connor Grant up the middle. Slips one to the 20. He's not going to get there. They run the ball on 4th down and 12 and will turn it over on downs as they pick up 7, and it's not enough. Roseburg football as the defense will hold. Well, what do you think about the call on 4th down and 12? I know that their passing game, I mean, you were expecting it. They probably figured Roseburg was, and they try to get maybe a little too cute.
Yeah, I was expecting a pass play. I understand where you're trying to go. Everyone thinks a pass is coming, but I think you just have to pass there. There's no other option.
Roseburg will take over. They've got the ball at their own 25-yard line. The defense stops, and that was a big one for the Tribe. With 3:52 to go in the third quarter, they lead by 25. Handed off, trying to go up the middle, and it's just not there. And Roseburg may have to come up with a different way because running through the tackles has not worked well against this Tigard team that has done a good job of stacking the box.
Yeah, earlier this year we saw a lot of motion. Maybe try to do that a couple times to spread them out a little bit because, like you said, there has been nothing up the middle that has worked.
Eckel gets 1 on the first down carry, 2nd and 9 for Roseburg. And maybe they're looking to just try and catch him sleeping a little bit. Duper on the near side, communicating with Marsters, who now looks at their wrist play card with the call from the sideline. Trips to the right side as the rain coming down steady. Snap before the play clock, going on the fade route. Duper making the adjustment. And no flag. That ball came down. The hit by Kellen Jolly, I think, came right after it came down into Duper's hands. It was close.
You also wonder about the call last week with when he's not facing the quarterback and he's just running with him. They called that on the other side of the field last week. So you got to wonder what they're really looking for. I don't know.
Well, it'll be an incomplete pass. No flag to help out the Tribe. 3rd down and 9. 3 minutes exactly to go here in the third quarter. It's gotten a little intense as Tigard trying to fight their way back after trailing by 32 at halftime. And confusion in the backfield. Marsters running in to Caden Eckel, and he got knocked down by his own guy. That'll be a loss back to the 21. And that is a bit of a disaster there for Roseburg. They'll lose 5, and they've got no other option but to punt.
Yeah, you saw Colt Marsters pop right up and getting Caden Eckel's ear. There's definitely something going on there.
So it'll make it 4th down and 14, and Roseburg set to punt away with 2.5 to go. They're looking for a good punt out of Dawson Gillespie, who averages a net of 27.3. The rugby-style kicker will boot a wobbly one right. It does not go right to the return man. Now picks it up like a ground ball. The return man out to the 45. Slipping tackle. Steinacre will bring him down. And returning for Tigard, that is Nico Simonetti, and he takes it to Roseburg territory out to the 47, and boy, you can feel a little bit of momentum boiling up here for Tigard. They just feel like they need one big play to really get back into this ball game.
Yeah, and as Roseburg's defense, you've got to feel that, so you've got to come up with a big stop.
They got him on a turnover on downs last time. Roseburg doesn't wear much time off the clock on that last offensive possession, and now Tigard with it at Roseburg's 47. Pass on the intermediate behind the intended target, the tight end, Elijah Jackman, and he cannot get his body back around. He was wide open but could not haul it in on the pass just off the mark.
I wonder, the rain's got to be affecting it now. There's been a lot of underthrown balls and overthrows, so it's definitely a factor.
2nd down and 10. Dear driver, you're invited to save big on a new Toyota. Hurry in today. Visit Toyota.com for more information. Toyota, let's go places. 2nd down and 10. Tigard trying to go places here. Trailing by 25. Needing some points going to the fourth quarter. Looking to go downfield. Got a man open. Caught. And Zymet will track him down. And Dunn will come in to finish things off. With the catch, Kellen Jolly, who's been a little bit everywhere, and a lot of John at the end of that play.
Roseburg defense was not set up for that play. They were all running around, scrambling, looking at each other before the snap. That was not very good communication.
Penalty flag out at the end, too, with all the talking back and forth going on. Curious to find out who this will go against. The ball gets down to the 13-yard line. So with the 13 down to the 13, that's a pickup of 34 through the air to Jolly. It's going to be a dead ball foul and sportsmanlike against Roseburg. And Roseburg is going to get called for that one. And Coach Heiberger down there trying to plead a little bit of his case. But Roseburg's going to get backed up after the play. Hey, I like the intensity, but you got to be smart about it as well.
Yes.
You can't give up the extra yardage. Ball goes down to the 6 now. First down and goal at the 6 for Tigard. 1:55 and counting here in the third quarter. Fake the handoff, looking to pass, going to the end zone, and it's too high. Landon Duper in coverage, intended for, I believe, Austin Getz. Trying to read the number on the front of the jersey. It's all bunched up. Yeah, that's Austin Getz, who was the intended target. Incomplete. Second and goal. 1:48 and counting. In the I formation, Croxton, the fullback, give it to him. He gets hit at the line. Tiger Black stood him up, and Steinacre comes in to help finish him off. And that'll go right back to the line of scrimmage. No gain as they stay at the 6, and it's now third down and goal.
That was his first rush of the season, and he had nowhere to go.
Big third down here, and I think with the score the way it is, well, they kicked a field goal earlier. They may try to go for a field goal. That would, 22-point game? Still down by 3 scores, but it makes it a little bit more easier 3 scores, but they may have to go for the end zone all the way. Looking at the fade route, far side, and not able to get to it. First turned right, then back to his left. A.J. Perez not able to track down that fade route. Incomplete with 1:06 to go in the third quarter. And it'll be fourth down and goal from the 6-yard line for the Tigers. Decision time for John Kemper and his staff on the Tigers sideline.
That was close. If he finds the ball a lot earlier, that's definitely a touchdown. He was pretty wide open.
It looks like the offense staying on the field from the 6. You would be looking at about a 23-yard field goal attempt if they were to try it from here. Ball on the right hash mark. It looks like the offense is going to stay. You want to talk about big moments. This is a critical one for both sides. In shotgun, Masters Doble moves a man in motion. That's Perez rolling to his right, has a tight end open, caught, touchdown! Tigard into the end zone for a second time here in the third quarter. Elijah Jackman, the tight end, with his second score of the season.
You can definitely feel the momentum shifting right now.
Roseburg kind of on their heels, it feels like.
Yes, they're kind of scrambling pre-play. They don't really look very put together right now.
6-yard touchdown pass here in the third quarter. Second of the quarter for Masters Doble. The PAT from Masters, Henry Masters, is good. And we've got ourselves a ball game. It's been all Tigard in the third quarter. 35-17 our score. And the Tigers fighting their way back in with 1:02 to play in the third quarter. Roseburg still leading, but things closing down just a bit. We'll be back after a 30-second break on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I kept myself safe from COVID by following all the proper protocols. Then I visited my family, and we all got COVID. I debated getting the vaccine since I gained the COVID antibodies. I changed my mind because I learned the antibodies may not offer full protection. But getting the vaccine after COVID can help prevent you from getting sick again. It also lowers your risk of getting someone else sick. So whether you've already had COVID or you're still unvaccinated, please get the vaccine.
Joey Kieran and Clayton Brelich here with you. In this first-round playoff matchup, Roseburg and Tigard squaring off. Roseburg will get it on the kickoff return after the Tigers score for a second time in the third quarter. And they return it out to the 30-yard line. Carson Dunn ended up getting the return on that one and sets Roseburg up at their own 30. Roseburg football tonight brought to you by Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning. Get 0% financing for 72 months on approved credit now at Mahalo Heating and Air. And by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. Offense out there for Roseburg, and they punted on their first two possessions here in the second half. Going to have to find a way to start moving the football. And a penalty flag out before anything gets started. I think Roseburg's going to get called for too many men on the field. And Dave Heiberger trying to say that he was trying to call for a timeout before the penalty here. It's going to be too many men on the field for Roseburg, and they're going to back themselves up.
As we saw that Roseburg was going to the empty set, and I think they do. They've got to go out of waste clock time mode. They've got to go back to the pass game that's been working all game.
56 seconds to go after that kickoff return here in the third quarter. Roseburg leading by 18. Move Duper in motion. Pitch it to him. He's trying to stretch it to the outside. Will get to the edge. He'll pick up most of the penalty yardage. I think gets out to the 29, picking up 4. And that's a way to get some of that yardage, but after getting behind the sticks on the penalty on first down, 4 yards is not quite enough. In fact, they don't even give him the full 4 yards, only 3 as they put him out to the 28. Duper with his first carry of the night. Roseburg facing second down and 12. Clock stopped with the ball running out of bounds. Empty backfield again. Trips to the left side. Move Kloffenstein in motion. It's a keeper for Marsters. Spins out of the pocket. Gets free. Bouncing it out to the outside. Uses his speed. He's got to the 40, the 45, the 50. Stays in bounds. He's at the 30, and he gets knocked out of bounds deep in Tigard territory. And just the burst that Roseburg needed from their star quarterback. He takes it deep into Tigard territory, out of bounds at the 23.
Just like that. Roseburg's on the other side of the field. That's Colton Marsters showing you what he's got once again.
That is a 49-yard run by Marsters, and that is his biggest of the night by far. Gets him over 50 yards on the ground. And Roseburg, a team that, as we've mentioned before, averaging 297 yards on the ground this season. Right now, that run finally putting them over 100 on the night. They'll set up with Eckel to the left of Marsters, trip to the right, and a penalty flag's out. The offensive line moving before the snap. And Roseburg kind of wonder here. What's the second half has felt disjointed. Going into halftime, feel like maybe a little bit too confident in what they were doing, and now coming out in the second half and maybe a little flustered with how Tigard's come out of the break.
Yeah, it almost seemed like they came out and just thought Tigard would lay down, but this is playoff football, and teams are not going to lay down.
So Roseburg kind of shooting themselves in the foot a little bit here so far. They're back to the 29-yard line. Sorry, make it the 28-yard line. Hand it off. Eckel bounces it outside, gets away from the linebacker. Martin back inside the 20. And Caden Eckel will take it down to the 17-yard line. 26 seconds to go here in the third quarter. A pickup of 11 on what was first down and long for Roseburg. And I think the Tribe, after a quarter dominated by Tigard, they're going to take this ball game to the fourth quarter as the clock will tick down and finish things out. 35-17 is your score at the end of the third quarter. Roseburg in front of Tigard. We'll take a 60-second break. Indians with the football facing second down. When we come back for the fourth quarter, 12 minutes on the board. Roseburg closing in on a second-round playoff game. We'll have the conclusion after this on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Buy One, Get One is back at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube. Purchase the signature service oil change at Roseburg Jiffy Lube and be treated to a second one absolutely free. The Trick or Treat BOGO deal, buy one, get one in October from the Roseburg Jiffy Lube. Are your wipers bouncing, streaking, or smearing now that the rain is here? Well, come to the Roseburg Jiffy Lube for a free windshield Rain-X treatment with the purchase of new wipers. Stay safe on the road with the team at Roseburg Jiffy Lube on Garden Valley next to Champion Car Wash.
"12 minutes on the board. Roseburg closing in on a second-round berth, but they've got to hold off Tigard. They hand it off on second down. It's Caden Eckel, and look at that! We start the fourth quarter with a touchdown run by the sophomore as he breaks free and gets Roseburg's first rushing touchdown of the night, scoring from 17 yards out, and a little bit of breathing room for the Indians as they start the fourth period.
This has been really the only drive that they've had the run game through the tackles actually been working. I was expecting some pass, but the run game's been working just fine.
Just worked out a little bit there. Caden Eckel scores from 17 yards out, and the sophomore has his 14th rushing touchdown of the season. The PAT by Jackson Bartlett is good, and Roseburg will score here quick to start the fourth quarter. They go up 42-17 with only 6 seconds off in the fourth quarter. 11:54 to play, and I think it's too early, Clayton, to say that that's a backbreaker for Tigard, but it's a much-needed score and a little bit of breathing room for Roseburg.
Yes, for sure. The defense needs to play off that and go out there and get another stop and continue how they've been doing the whole game.
That'll put Eckel at 79 yards on the night as he closes in on possibly his 10th, make it his 9th 100-yard game of the season. Hey folks, the OSAA is going digital with Hometown Ticketing, the official ticketing partner of the OSAA. Access tickets for all first round through state championship finals via the OSAA website or the OSAA live app. Order your tickets in advance and present your digital ticket at the gate. Convenient, paperless, and easy to use. Visit osaa.org/tickets. Kickoff coming left to right as we've flipped sides of the field. Bartlett will be kicking it away. He goes on that short pooch kick. It is taken at the 32. The return man pulled out of bounds by Carson Dunn. And again on the return, that is Trent Hall that collects the football. Well, Tigard, again, not out of reach, but now trailing by 25 once again. They've got their work cut out for them, starting out at their own 36. They own the third quarter.
But with it being the fourth quarter and only 11:51 to go, I don't think they can go as run heavy as they did the third quarter.
They needed a stop on that last drive by Roseburg and didn't get it to keep it at a 2-score game, and it's back to 3. Ball on the left hash mark. Snap goes to Masters-Doble looking to pass. Pump fake, now running out of the pocket. Steinacre flushes him out. Penalty flag out. Pass downfield to Jolly, complete. He goes to the 48-yard line as he's tackled. But a penalty flag in the backfield, and this is holding is the early indication against Tigard, and that'll back him up, and they'll redo first down. And that's what Roseburg's defense has been able to do. They put so much pressure. That offensive line has got a lot of guys to try and block, and they've gotten a bit handsy too many times.
Yeah, as we saw, Braden Steinecker just came right through the A gap and just flushed everything out of the pocket.
They'll back him up from the spot of the foul, which was a little behind the original line of scrimmage, I believe. Where are they putting the football? There's somebody standing on the 20, but I don't know if that's okay. They're getting a new football. So they do put it back at the 20. That's a loss of 16 yards total from the spot of the foul. Rolling to his right, Masters-Doble looking downfield, has Jolie open, and he makes a great catch. Did he stay in bounds? And the signal, they are going to stay complete. Jolly with a great grab as he was going out of bounds, goes out at the 37 as they pick up a good chunk of yardage. Will make it 2nd down and 9.
That was a great little toe drag out there on the sideline.
Picks up 17 on the completion. And it'll set up 2nd down and 9. Over 200 yards passing now tonight for Masters Doble. Fakes the handoff, looking to pass, rolling to his left, goes on the intermediate route. This time able to connect again with Jackman. He loses the first man, it stays on. Penalty flag is out, and they're going to say that he went out at the 33-yard line. And Jackman had gone all the way to the end zone, but he goes out right at the 33. A penalty back at the 36, and we'll wait to see what that's all about.
We've seen a lot of those tight end crossing routes that have been very successful for Tigard.
So the foul is at the 36-yard line. Roseburg's half of the field here. They say the ball carrier went out 3 yards forward. Holding is the call against the offense. So they'll do it from the spot of the foul, so they'll get credit down to the 36. So the pass play to Jackman goes to the Roseburg 36-yard line. And then the penalty will back him up from there. That'll be a pickup of 27 through the air for Jackman. His 2nd catch of the night. 1st and 10 from the Roseburg 47, rolling out to the right side. 2 Roseburg defenders take each other out as Masters Doble will tuck it and run, taken down by Kloffenstein, but you had Coleman and Kincaid in the backfield chasing him down, and they kind of took each other out.
Yeah, it was just an unfortunate trip up there.
The scramble by Masters Doble goes to the 43-yard line, and he picks up 4 on the scramble.
Yeah, we came into this game not thinking he was much of a scrambler, but he's been able to outrun all the defense.
Yeah, really has. Saw an injured player go off the field. Carson Dunn limping a little bit. Rolling to his left, weaving through traffic right into the arms of Silas Kincaid. And Kincaid will bring down Masters Doble for a sack back to the 47. It'll be 3rd down and 10.
It's the 2nd sack of the season and probably the most important one he's had.
Loss of 4 on the sack. Dunn limping around. Got a question about Eli Jacobs, whether or not he maybe suffered an injury. He is standing on the sideline. Looks like he's okay, but they do have, I think they might have gone with Marsters at a defensive back position. They just might like that matchup a little bit better. A.J. Perez had been having some big catches. Looking to complete on 3rd down and 10. Going deep downfield to Perez again. Catch. No, he lost it at the last second. It looked like he held it in, but he couldn't hang on to it. You had 2 defensive backs, really tight coverage there on A.J. Perez on a ball that looked like he had pulled it in.
I think Roseburg got away with a little bit of a pass interference there, too. I saw Landon Duper give a little tug of the jersey, so got away with one there.
9:53 to go in the 4th quarter. 42-17. Roseburg in front of Tigard. Leading here in the 4th quarter of this first-round playoff matchup. Season on the line for the Tigers, and they are going to leave the offense on the field. Not a lot of time left to try and make up a 25-point deficit. They'll go for it on 4th and 10 from the Roseburg 47. Looking to pass, they set up the screen, and Roseburg called a timeout before the play, I think. And sideline out there for Tigard, can't believe it. I thought I heard a whistle before the play got started or right as it was happening, and this time Roseburg will get credit for a timeout that they were, I guess, trying to take earlier. And Tigard's coach, John Kemper, out there can't quite believe the fact that Roseburg got a call there on a play that looked like it could have maybe gone for a 1st down.
Or more. It was going to be big. There was not really many people on that side of the field.
The screen was set up, and Roseburg was a little out of position, and Coach Kemper out there not happy. Well, we've talked a bit here, so let's keep it right here through this timeout. Roseburg football is sponsored locally by Flyway Travel. You can contact their travel experts for your travel plans, now located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue, or call them at 672-5701. And by Roseburg Honda. If you've been waiting for the right time to buy a new car, well, that time is now. Stop by Roseburg Honda. They treat you like family because they are family. And by Tim's Appliance and Mattress at the corner of Lane and South Stevens in Roseburg. 0% financing is always available. So 4th down and 10 again for Tigard here. So I always wonder if a coach thinks, let's just do the same play.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you got to look at how they set it up, but, who thinks you're going to run the exact same play a second time around after they got a chance to see a little bit of it?
And it was that wide open that, good chance that you might as well do it. I'm going to key on A.J. Perez, though.
He's the big guy.
Yeah.
They got Elijah Jackman. That tight end's been open a lot as well, and he sets up to the right side of the line. Student section getting loud here on this 4th down attempt, rolling to the right. Masters Doble has a man around him. He could not find the open receiver. Got taken down by Klopfenstein as he's throwing. Incomplete. Turnover on down. And Masters Doble is in pain on the sideline. It was Logan Klopfenstein that had him wrapped up and was trying to bring him down as he threw the ball away. And now he is in some pain. It'll be a turnover on downs for Tigard, and that might be the blow, the final blow for Roseburg to try and take down the Tigers here to wrap this one up. 9:46 to go in the ballgame. Still some time to go, but Roseburg will have good field position near midfield with the ball at the 47.
And he is still down. He is in a lot of pain.
Final score to report to you from our other games going on from the Umpqua Basin. South Umpqua advancing on. They win 35-6 over Yamhill Carlton. They will move on to the quarterfinals of the 3A state playoffs, that 16-team bracket there. And unfortunate, a turnover I think was costly for Oakland as they fall tonight against Bandon. 16-12. Sounds like a heck of a ball game there. But Bandon hangs on at home to knock out the Oakers here this season. Also, here's one of note. Final score from Bend, 21-0. Summit wins against South Medford. So if Roseburg hangs on, they are heading to Bend next week for a playoff game. If it's a Tigard comeback, they would be going to Bend to take on the Storms. They are still attending to Cameron Masters Doble over there on the sideline. And so we are stopped in the action right now. Let's go ahead and pause for a quick 30-second timeout. This is Roseburg football on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM. Okay, did you...
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Well, not great news for the Tigard Tigers as their quarterback goes down, was on the field for a while. They've now, I think, moved him further off the field, but I think limping to the trainer's table is Cameron Masters Doble. Wait to see how that affects what they do offensively as they try to fight their way back, but Roseburg trying to seal it here. Another score just might do it. Running the football is Caden Eckel, the sophomore on the first down carry, gets to the 50-yard line as Roseburg starts at their own 47. They'll pick up 3 on first down.
This is an important drive for Roseburg to try to waste as much time as they can. If you can score early, great, but you want to waste as much time as you can, and most importantly.
And they'll take their time in between plays too. Roseburg a lot of times likes to run get back up there and run the next play quickly. They're going to let the clocks wear down in between plays. They set up with trips to the right side. Eckel in the backfield with Marsters. And they'll be a keeper for Marsters. Ooh! Vaughn Croxton, Jr., 6'1", 200, leading tackler on this Tigard team. And boy, does he bring a load. He got in there and got a pretty good shot on Marsters as he goes down. But then it's a player for Tigard that was down on the field a little bit longer. Senior Tommy Martin Took a little while to get up, but he stays in the game, the middle linebacker there. Marshers goes 1 yard, and it's third down for Roseburg. They've got 6 yards to pick up. Take their time here, down to 8:20 to go in the ball game. Move him to Tone in motion, give it to Eckel up the middle. He is wrapped up immediately, thrown backwards for... They'll give him the forward progress right back to the line of scrimmage, but the defensive front for Tigard, that's Manny Wilder up there making a big stop. No gain on the play.
Looks like the offense will stay on the field.
Portland Trailblazers winning tonight, snapping a 3-game losing streak, by the way. They take on the Indiana Pacers at home, winning 110-106. They're now 4-1 at home after going 0-3 on a recent road trip.
Yeah, Dame just hasn't been himself the last couple of games.
Yeah, he's been looking. I mean, he's been getting his points, but he's taken a lot of shots to get there.
Yeah.
Roseburg will let the clock wear down before they burn a timeout with 7:30 to go here in the fourth quarter. They lead 42-17. Maybe facing a punt, maybe a decision on 4th down and 6. We'll take a 30-second timeout and come back with more of our fourth quarter from Roseburg High School. Tribe in front, 42-17, here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Fourth quarter action here from Finlay Field tonight. Hey, if you want to stay in shape, be involved in a sport you love, and earn money in the process, well, don't become a radio broadcaster. I don't know if I can consider myself in shape. You can become an athletic official. There's a shortage of officials in Oregon, and we need you now more than ever. Visit osaa.org/officials for more information. Punt unit is out. Gillespie will kick it away. Angled away from the return man. Hops towards the sideline, and Griffin Zymet there to pick up the football before it can go backwards at all. So Roseburg unable to sustain a drive. They will punt it away, but Clayton, what they do is they flip the field and put Tigard back deep in their own territory.
Yeah, you're going to make them go the whole field, and if they want to run the ball, great. They'll just run the clock out.
Spotted at the 14-yard line, Tigard taken over. And who do we have at quarterback? It is Kellen Jolly, I believe, that'll run the play in. Cameron Masters-Doble, we saw in pain on the sideline. He is still on the trainer's table over there, as it looks like they've got his left knee in ice. And that means it'll be Jolly, the backup quarterback, filling in. He'll hand it off as they run more of a spread option type of play there. Couldn't quite find the words I was looking for as the ball carrier takes it out to the 17-yard line. That was Luke Davis on the carry. Pickup of 3.
When I saw him warming up before this game, they were doing a lot of short out routes. So if they're going to do a pass, that's probably what they're going to do.
On that play, I mean, picked up 3, that's great, but marching down the field with that kind of an offense, what we just saw, it's going to take time, and they've only got 6:45 left to go in the ball game. Handed off, going on the misdirection here, up the middle, running, good yardage, will move the chains, and that is Tommy Martin who gets a carry. And Martin will take it out to the 28-yard line as he'll pick up 11 and get a first down for the Tigers. First carry of the night there for Tommy Martin, the linebacker, the senior, getting in on the action.
And as Roseburg's defense, you've got to be willing to give up a couple, 3 or 4 yards here and there without giving up the big play.
I think one of the biggest things here, too, is the fact you've got a backup quarterback out there trying to quickly get you downfield. That could be something that really hampers the Tigard's chances of trying to move quickly. Kellen Jolly calling for the snap, rolls to his right, looking downfield, going to toss it that direction, has a man open, but he fires it too far out in front of the intended target. Downfield, I want to say that was Ethan Cate that was the intended target there. And another thing I wonder, Jolly is running to the sideline every time for the play to run out and huddle them up and get the play call in. And if you're looking to move quick, a lot of times guys go no huddle. They look for the sideline to the call and get right to the line of scrimmage. And Tigard using time each and every time they do that to run to the sideline for that play call.
That's a very good point.
We'll look to run it here. The ball might have come out. There's a man on the bottom of the pile in white. And that is the ball carrier there. Running it was Braden Graff, the senior. Hops back on it after a no gain on the play, back to the 28-yard line. I don't want to say that they're giving up here and getting seniors a chance to get on the field, but it does feel like we got a lot of new seniors out there for Tigard. Looking to pass, Jolly standing in the pocket, hits a man open. I believe that's Perez, but he is wrapped up quick and thrown down by Carson Dunn. And I don't think Perez was happy about it, but a teammate pulls him back, and they'll set up for what'll be 4th down, and they've got about 6 yards to go.
Yeah, it looked like he popped up and wanted to talk, but Carson Dunn was already walking back to the huddle.
Dunn has been playing a very inspired game here tonight for Roseburg. Has an interception. That ball out at the 33-yard line after the pickup of 5 on the pass completion to Perez. And it's 4th down and not really any other option but to go for it here. No, they're kicking it away. 4:45 to go. And the kick will take a roll for Tigard down to the 21-yard line. So Tigard will give it back to Roseburg, and now the Tribe will see if they can wear off the final 4.5 in this ball game. And they'll have it from their own 21-yard line, trying to seal this one up. And Roseburg is looking like they could be on their way to a second-round date in Bend with 4.5 to play here. 4.5-minute offense. That's what they need now, Clayton.
Yeah. They're going to go huddle up. They're going to take as much time as they can, wind the play clock all the way down, and then snap the football.
Colton Marsters along with Knox Hubbard in the backfield. A couple of seniors out there. They give it to Hubbard up the middle. Stutter step, just kind of powers his way forward. Bulldozes to the 25 to pick up 4 and get the clock running. First carry of the night for Hubbard, the senior coming into tonight's contest. 3rd leading rusher on this team with 279 yards total, 3 touchdowns. One of Roseburg's offensive linemen trying to get his shoe back on. That's Silas Kincaid. Clock down to 4 minutes to play. Roseburg winding it down. The back judge with the hand up, hands it off again. Now it's Marsters running left side. Penalty flag is out. Got to about the 26, 27. The far side, they're saying it's at the 25. Near side, they're giving him out to the 27. The penalty flag came from the far side. Kind of seemed like it was in the area of a possible hold against Roseburg. It's a block in the back against the Tribe. So Roseburg going to get penalized there. But at this time, it was a short gain. I'm almost surprised that maybe Tigard doesn't wave that one off. They take it back to the 16-yard line on the Roseburg penalty. But it just gives Roseburg, they replay the down. The time's already come off. You don't put the time back on the clock. They get to reset, redo second down, run another play, and the clock continues to tick.
Right.
Works out in their favor a little bit. They do have to try and convert here, second down and long, but they get to wear more time off the clock. They'll give it to keeper Marsters running on the outside. He will continue to bounce it to the 20, slipping one tackle, taken out of bounds. to the ground, well out of bounds. And they're stepping up, making the tackle once again. That is Trent Hall, the senior.
Probably would have liked to see him stay inbounds there and let the clock continue to run. There's a penalty flag.
Oh, yeah, back at the 19. And it looks like it's going against Roseburg again. A holding against Roseburg. So, but again, they've, I think, wore off at least 15 seconds on that whole last sequence, down to 3:25 to go. I get that you want to back them up, but it's kind of a tough one there. Roseburg penalty. We'll put him back at the 9-yard line now. And just keep holding and keep wearing time off the clock. Just keep run a play, hold, run a play, because the clock starts again. Although he had been tackled out of bounds, so I'm surprised maybe that doesn't stop it there. But down to the 9-yard line. Roseburg letting the clock wear out here. Down to about 3 minutes to go here. Student section going to have a chance to celebrate here tonight on the home field, and then we'll see if we can get the fans to travel with us out to Bend next week. Handoff up the middle. It's Hubbard once again. Not really anywhere to go. He gets out to the 13-yard line. It's a pickup of 4 on the play by Hubbard. Well, Roseburg in week 1 of the season, as it does look like they're going to hang on against Tigard here tonight. Week 1 of the season, Roseburg scheduled to open the year at home against Summit. The game got delayed by 24 hours, and then they moved it from Roseburg to Cottage Grove High School because of the smoke in the area. And Roseburg went to Cottage Grove and defeated Summit 23-7. We are looking at a rematch of that season opener game. Up the middle goes Hubbard as he rumbles forward out to the 18-yard line. And it's going to be 4th down for Roseburg after a 5-yard gain.
It'll be very interesting because both these teams played at the very beginning of the season. You're going to see the progression of both teams 9 games into the season. So it's going to be a very different ball game.
For sure, for sure. That game, that time around, Summit did not have an offensive touchdown. They scored on the first drive of the game by Roseburg, a shotgun snap that pretty much just got picked off by a blitzing lineman. And he took it all the way for an opening touchdown for the defense. But other than that, it was all Roseburg in that game, as they would not give up another score and would go on to win 23-7 as the punt team coming out for Roseburg. They'll kick it away. Tigard has pretty much all but said that they will take this one and they will make the long drive home. They had 3 timeouts and didn't call any of them on that last possession by Roseburg. So the white flag has been waved, and Tigard is going to be heading home as their season comes to an end. 42-17 is our score after the punt by Roseburg. Tigard will have it with 1:16 to go, starting with the football back at their own 41. So yeah, and I talked with Hayden Horton earlier this week and asked him about, the possibility of a rematch in the next week, and he said pretty much the same thing. I look forward to it. I hope we get there. Obviously, they want to win, but they hope they get the chance to see those teams again to see. He said, I'm excited to see how much both teams have grown, because he knows that his team has. He assumes they have as well. Tigard back out there with the I formation. Kellen Jolly, the backup quarterback, has taken over. He'll hand it off, running right side for Tigard. It is Trent Hall carrying the ball once again. And he gets out to the 43-yard line, picks up 2.
And for Roseburg going into next week, you can't go in there thinking it's going to be the same game. You've got to go in there with the mentality that you can put it as like a whole different team. You've got to have that type of mentality.
But I do wonder, the mentality of having a win against the team previously, how that affects going into it for both teams. Hall carrying the ball again for a second time. Goes right back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more, as we're down to 25 seconds to go. How does that work does it work in Roseburg's favor? Summit lost to Roseburg, but ended up ranked higher than them. That's why we're going to Bend and playing at their field rather than something the opposite direction. And that was definitely a point of contention I had during the season, but here we are. Handoff on a little misdirection with the fullback up the middle. Running the football is Andrew Roderick, the senior. And with 1.5 seconds to go, they will call timeout to move the chains. So not call timeout, but they'll stop the clock to move the chains as he takes it into Roseburg territory to the 47. And that is going to do it. That was a 10-yard gainer there by Roderick. And our final score
He's dumped the Gatorade all over Heiberger.
It's going to be a 42-17 victory for Roseburg. A Gatorade bath for the head coach as he helps Roseburg get to their first playoff win since 2013. And they will get to celebrate here at home for the first time since 2011. The Tribe victorious. Your final score, 42-17. Roseburg wins. And we'll move on to the second round. They get to play once again in November. Have not said that too often here in the last decade. Final 42-17. We're headed to Bend next week, but first, the post-game show. We'll come back with your Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game, a recap of all the scoring, individual statistics, and plenty more. It's the post-game show after this here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Buy One, Get One is back at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube. Purchase the signature service oil change at Roseburg Jiffy Lube and be treated to a second one absolutely free. The Trick or Treat BOGO deal, buy one, get one in October from the Roseburg Jiffy Lube. Are your wipers bouncing, streaking, or smearing now that the rain is here? Well, come to the Roseburg Jiffy Lube for a free windshield Rain-X treatment with the purchase of new wipers. Stay safe on the road with the team at Roseburg Jiffy Lube on Garden Valley next to Champion Car Wash.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Brenton, let's see. This was you. The Roseburg student body gets to celebrate on the field as the Indians are victorious in the first round of the 6A state playoffs, the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union State Championship playoffs. And they get to celebrate on the field with the Indians one more time. Could be the final game here at home this season for Roseburg. They go on the road next week to Summit, and then we'll see what after that, how the rest of the bracket works out here for the Tribe. But obviously, they've got to win next week to keep things going, but it could be the final one here at home. Clayton Brelledge joining me. I'm Joey Kieran here in our postgame show. We'll have your Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game coming up here in just a little bit. But before we get to how the recap went here Clayton, what'd you think of tonight's matchup for Roseburg? First playoff game in a while. How do you feel like the Indians perform? Obviously get the win. That is big. But now they've got to try and continue to improve going up against a team that they have faced in the earlier in the season.
Yeah, I feel like they came out great. The first couple plays, you saw a little bit of jitters, but they got right over that, got right into the game, and scored a bunch of points early, and I think that was a big part of the game.
They give up a little bit there in the second half, but get a big touchdown and would be able to hang on for the big lead. Roseburg in the first half of tonight's ball game, they would take a 14-0 lead in the first quarter on a pair of touchdowns by Logan Klopfenstein. Klopfenstein in from 13 yards out on a fake field goal. The pass there by Dominic Tatone, the holder. He looked like he was going to stay down there and spot it, but from that crouch just pitched it right to Klopfenstein. A play we have not seen. That one was drawn up pretty stinking well.
Yeah, that's a play that we practiced back when I was there.
Oh,
so
really?
He's had it in the back of his pocket for a long time. He just finally pulled it out.
Finally had the moment to do it as Roseburg would get the 7-0 lead. Klopfenstein then a 3-yard touchdown grab, this time on the pass by Colton Marsters. And Roseburg was up 14-0 at the end of the first quarter. Roseburg would give up a field goal as a 35-yarder by the kicker, Henry Masters, for Tigard to make it 14-3. But then it was all Roseburg the rest of the way. A 69-yard touchdown grab by Klopfenstein as Marsters connects with him to make it 21-3. Then it was Duper. They had a 2-yard catch for a 28-3 lead. And before things finished out in the first half, it was Braden Steinacre with a pick six for a 35-3 score going into halftime. Jackson Bartlett perfect on PATs in the first half. In the second half, though, in the third quarter, Tigard came out inspired. They open up the game, or the second half, with a touchdown drive, and they would score. It was Cameron Masters-Doble connecting with A.J. Perez for a 29-yard score. The PAT was good. It was 35-10. Still felt comfortable for Roseburg with 8:32 to go in the third quarter. After a couple of drives don't work out for either side, Tigard would get it back, and this time they only needed 5 plays to march downfield. They only had 47 yards to go. They would cash in on a 6-yard touchdown grab by the tight end, Elijah Jackman, on a 4th down attempt. He would get in from 6 yards out. The PAT good, and suddenly it was an 18-point game, 35-17, and you felt a little nervous at that point for Roseburg. Tigard with a ton of momentum and only down by 2 scores. And, well, I guess at that point, 18, you're still looking at 3 scores for that. But back within striking distance with the fourth quarter looming, and it felt a little sketchy at that point for Roseburg.
It definitely did. You could definitely feel even the crowd got down. The players kind of looked very confused out there. But it was good to see that Roseburg came back and pulled it together.
But, yeah, Roseburg would. They had a drive that started in the third quarter, got them down to the 17-yard line, and on the first play of the fourth quarter, it was Caden Eckel, the sophomore running back, rushing it in from 17 yards out to put Roseburg on the board, and that would make it 42-17. And Tigard could not muster anything else in the fourth quarter, and Roseburg able to run out the clock for the win. 42-17, your final score here tonight. Looking at some of the individual numbers here this evening quickly. Unofficial numbers here tonight. For Tigard, Masters-Doble had him down for 236 yards. He had the 2 touchdown passes on the night. Kellen Jolly came in for him after Masters-Doble went to the sideline injured with ice on his left knee. Jolly was 1 for 2 with a 5-yard reception or pass. Through the air, A.J. Perez, 5 catches, 112 yards and a touchdown. Elijah Jackman, 2 catches, 33 yards, 1 score. You had Connor Grant with 1 catch for 1 yard. Luke Davis, 1 catch for 20. And Kellen Jolly, 3 catches for 75 here tonight. On the ground, Connor Grant finishes with 42 yards on 9 carries. Luke Davis had 10 yards on 5 carries. Masters-Doble had 37 yards on 10 carries here tonight, and a handful of other guys got in to get carries here this evening. On the other side for Roseburg, Colton Marsters throws 3 touchdowns tonight, had 194 yards through the air, did have 1 interception as he connects with Landon Duper and twice to Logan Klopfenstein. Dominic Tatone was 1 for 1 on that fake field goal attempt. as he cashes in from 13 yards out for the score. That one to Logan Kloffenstein. Kloffenstein had 4 catches, 98 yards, 3 touchdowns today. Landon Duper had 3 catches, 38 yards, 1 touchdown. Dominic Tatone, 1 catch, 60 yards. Caden Eckel, 1 catch, 11 yards. On the ground, Eckel had 19 carries for 82 yards and 1 score. Colton Marsters finishes 7 carries, 54 yards. Knox Hubbard, 3 carries for 13. Dominic Tatone, 1 carry for 4. Landon Duper, 1 carry for 3. That is a look at how this one all plays out here tonight. It's time now to name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game this evening. And after a long discussion, Clayton and I figured that we wanted to give this one to the defense. Logan Kloffenstein got it last week. Obviously, 3 touchdowns. He definitely would be in the running, but he got it last week. So in an effort to reward other players out there in a great game, and I thought the defense did a hell of a job in the first half. Kind of got maybe a little wore down or a little bit let up a little bit too much in the second half, but they rallied back and were able to finish it off. And they come up with some big plays throughout this one. 4 interceptions tonight. And our player of the game goes to Braden Steinacre, who had the 4th interception for Roseburg in the first half. Returned it for a pick 6, his first score of the season, his first interception of the season. And a big play there for Roseburg that really helped send him into the halftime with a ton of momentum. Big one there tonight. But Braden Steinacre, and kind of a team award here because the whole defense played really well, but we can only give it to one guy. Hopefully he'll take his friends out to Mountain Mike's Pizza. But Braden Steinacre, a nice one in the defense, a really good job tonight.
Yeah, it was great to see this defense come out and play. Just all around, like we said, 2 sacks, bunch of tackles for loss, pick 6s. What can you do better than that?
Yeah, really cannot. Hey, folks, we want to thank our sponsors, B&D Meats. Whether it's for one or for many, B&D Meats down in Winston has you covered. Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. Want to say thanks to Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Dr. Alanson Randall, accepting new patients. Give him a call at 378-6694. And Bigfoot Beverages of Roseburg, a locally owned family business, proud sponsor of local sports and focused on community events. Before we wrap things up, also want to let you know that you can purchase your official state championship merchandise at OSAAstore.com. With Rush Team Apparel, the exclusive merchandise partner of the OSAA, you have more options. Customize your gear with your school name, a student-athlete name, event decals, and more. Nike products are also available. Browse the selection of official state championship merchandise at OSAAstore.com. All right. 1 game in the books in the postseason. Roseburg, winners for the first time since 2013 in the postseason. Now they've got a rematch with the Summit Storm coming up next Friday night. It's a game that'll be on the road. We presume it'll be on Friday night out at Summit High School in Bend with a 7 o'clock kickoff. We'll get all those details confirmed here over the next couple of days from Roseburg High School. But a rematch, always interesting to go. It's hard to beat the same team twice in a season or more, and Roseburg will try and do it against the Summit Storm. But like we've said, Clayton, these teams are going to look a little bit different this year, or this go-round.
Yeah.
They
both have a bunch of film on each other, so it's definitely going to be some study up.
Yeah, and Summit ended up being a great defense, did not allow many points after that opener against Roseburg. So we'll see what we've got in store. Should be another fun one, and if Roseburg can win, that's kind of crazy. Could be possibly looking at a quarterfinal game after next week if they could get a win again against the Storm. Well, we will have it for you. We will be making the trek over there, and we will be broadcasting the game for you. We will plan on having it on the radio at least, and hopefully have it on the video stream for you as well. So stay tuned for all those details. Make sure you head to 541radio.com for the latest information on the Roseburg High School football broadcast. Also from the Southwest Conference tonight, North Medford final. They lose against McNary 37-7. South Medford lost to Summit, so Sheldon would be the only other team. I have not seen a score on the Sheldon Irish here in this on this evening, so not sure there. But Roseburg still in. I will assume that Sheldon was in. They were hosting tonight, so it looks like we're down to just 2 Southwest Conference teams. South Umpqua here in the Umpqua Basin winning 35-6. They will advance on, and Oakland falling tonight 16-12. Coming up tomorrow, the Sutherland Bulldogs are in Vail as they take on the Vikings, practically over in Idaho. Dan Baines made the long trek, so if you did not, you can tune in and catch Sutherland football in the postseason as they take on the Vail Vikings in the first round of the 3A state playoffs. Pregame starts at 11:45 on I-101 FM, so tune in for that. Also tomorrow, Camas Valley is at Lost River for their first round game in the 1A state playoffs. All right, we'll wrap it up there, folks. It's been a long one here tonight, but we appreciate you tuning in and joining us. Want to say thanks to head coach John Kemper and the Tigard Tigers for making the trek down here. It was cool to catch up with my former high school teammate back in the old days, but a great season for the Tigard Tigers as they finish out the year 3-7 overall. Thanks so much for the trek down here to the Roseburg Indians. Athletic Director Russ Bolin, head coach Dave Heiberger, and the entire football program. We appreciate them allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg football here on The Score. Want to say thanks back in the studio to Grady Hamilton running the radio production tonight and our on-site help here at the field tonight. Big thanks to Brenton Cranford, Angela Keyran, and Clayton Brelich for helping out with tonight's broadcast as well. And as always, I want to say thanks to you, the fans, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Keyran. We will talk to you guys next week, presumably Friday night, from Bend at Summit High School when Roseburg takes on the Summit Storm in the second round of the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 6A State Championship Playoffs. We'll talk to you then. Have a wonderful evening. This is Roseburg Football on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.